There we go. There's this. It up now. Brr. So. Well, hi, Bubble. What's up? What? What's your little boob? What is a boob? What? Yeah, you know there's some stuff here for you. Ooh, strong smell here. Hold on! Damn, child. You damn child, you. Oh. Paw, there you go. Look at you, little chunky. Hey, what a goof. Woo! Man, it's got some fucking pungency to it. God damn. Put that over there. Alright. Get some teenage going here. All that fun stuff. Ugh. What are you doing, Zooks? Hey. Oi, what are you doing? This damn mutt. Oi, what are you doing? Goof. There we go. You big little chunk. You big, thick, furred little fluff. I don't think I have much else here for you there, bud. What's up here for the rest of my napkins? I guess I still have these rock sticks. Sit. 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 There you go. You're very smart. You just don't want to do that. Because you're a weirdo. Oh, little sweet boy. He's just a little sweet boy. this bowl loaded up. We get smoked up and all that fun stuff. Ugh. Little goober. You're not even bothering to chew with it. You're just straight up like trying to like break it down. Like it's bone or something. Oh my god, he does! When he breaks a piece off, he just drops it and then he's chewing up the little bit he broke and eats it and then goes, oh my god, that's a fuck! God, you're a freak. And now he just ate all that. What? Oh my lord, dude. What a weird dog. What a weird little dog. It is super fucking cold. Ugh. I guess that sprinkle of snow did bring in the cool air, because Jesus fucking Christ. Actually, let's do this. Get these fuckers off first. There we go. And do this. There we go. That's better. Oh, that is much better. I prefer that. Oh yeah. This is better. I much prefer this. So now I feel like I have some of the heat trapped in. Sweet. Cool. I guess not technically cool, it'll be toasty. I need to toast up my lungs though. Get this fucker smoked up. There we go. I don't know what the hell are you doing. Why do you do this? Why do you pat at the bag, thinking there's something in there for you, dude? Don't think about it. What the fuck? You'd rather just have nothing but treats, and that's it. You're shit. You're a little shit, bro. Oh my god. God, what a turd. What the fuck? He is fucking me out, dude. thoughts on Pol Pot? Random question to start off. It's almost random question to start for the stream. Kind of a shitbag, honestly. For someone who was a quote-unquote communist or a lefty, he was quite literally just a... I think the closest you could probably get to someone who pretty much was, like, mentally a psychopath, probably, who got into leadership and power. We're literally drinking the same thing. Oh, are you drinking this fruit punch shit too? Isn't this good? Dude, this shit is fucking amazing. This is like my favorite hard seltzer, honestly. Like, White Claw's a bitch, man, in comparison to just that. Like, I like the strawberry lemonade ones, and that's pretty much it. Like, I like these and strawberry lemonade ones. That truly got weird cinnamony aftertaste. I get a lot of more cherry notes. At least that's what I get. I get, like, cherry notes and stuff from the fruit punch. No, I can kind of see that a little bit. See if there's anything in here that might... Yeah, nothing in here necessarily notes cinnamon. The closest, it says it's colored with carrot and blueberry juice concentrates. So I guess take that for what you will. Or buy on Sunday, but we could buy beer, wine, stuff, only for $7 at the gas station. I mean, it's kind of how it is here. I mean, you can't... I mean, there's state-operated liquor stores, and for alcohol, I mean, you can go to any grocery store, gas station that has it. Do you mind? Damn. I mean, I also know that for liquor stores, they close at I think 8 o'clock. Yeah, it's 8 o'clock. But at least when it comes to buying alcohol, the cutoff for that just period is 2:30 in the morning. So it's like if you get last call at 1 o'clock at a bar and the bar closes at 1:30 or 2 or something like that, then you can still get a drink potentially. At least if there's a gas station or a grocery store right next door. What do you want? My God. Hoe? Jesus. You want more of this? So this will only have one of these for you a day. Break. You know what? Fine. Let's go try to break it off, but this is not working. Well, nope, that worked. I got it now. I broke it now. Here you go. Took the jaws long enough to fucking do it though, god damn. This one, you have a death thought message for me? It's a picture. Oh, you set up a tree. You set up your little tree, I say. I think we have like a kind of like a little artificial like little few foot little tree that we set up, at least in here. But someone else decorated it. Sit. Paw. Paws? Paws? Other paw. Other paw. Alright. honestly rather have a real one, but they're so damn expensive. Yeah. I kind of feel the same way about it. Like, I would rather have a real one, because I prefer to take care of it. Well, I mean, I technically do in the front yard, but it's literally on the far corner of the front yard, so I would have to, like, get an extendo cord out there, and a rat or a mouse or something else could chew that. Or even Zukov, too, if he discovered it and didn't think otherwise. So, not really a good idea, unfortunately. Well, I mean, it would be, but it's just, the cord thing. I mean, we'd have to at least have, other things in play. Some other stuff. Cats are the natural predators. What the core feed expense? Stick of an what the fuck? Oh my god. Okay, I'm assuming that was a joke. His inner venom. Not just inner venom, but I think also like my inner, Candyland plantation, I dare tell you what there, buh. I need to attend to my, fields, but unfortunately all my androids, keep malfunctioning at the goddamn sun. So a real buxom man out there doing the real labors and stuff, won't be dying of heat stroke, I tell you what. Can't water an android, you can water a human. Tell you what, brother. I just want the final minute sexual. I don't know why he's basically like an alien supremacist or like a human supremacist. Like, he's basically like, hey, if like I don't know why he just like basically thinks it's some excuse or a justification to basically be like, all right, let's have like Nazi fascistic like ideas be justified if it's like aliens. It's like, no. Rather have a united fascist humanity versus like a fragmented one, and it's like, no, I literally would rather have a fragmented humanity if it's united under fascism. Like, I would literally, like, die fighting that. I don't care. I would fight against that and die trying. I don't know which of those two things would be worse. I mean, being, like, an alien sexual experiment or openly volunteering yourself for, like, aliens in that way, I don't think that's really, like, I don't know. It's not really that bad. Would you sit down? See what we're bringing in here? Can we go like an hour? Can we go like 1 hour? Cause see what gets brought in here. The aliens are like, hey, we got space weed. That's how they would sell me, honestly. Just give me some of that like space drugs. Give me like space acid, space shrooms, space weed, space beer. Give me that shit. So yeah, I just want to be like a drug pimp cushion of like all the drugs in space. I'll be okay with that. It's like, yeah, man, we got like this like Andromeda ecstasy. It's like, it's like your Earth's ecstasy, but it's like a billion times more powerful. It's like, whoa. It's like, yes, please. Like, I definitely would be about the space weed and the space drugs and stuff like that. Which, I guess by proxy also means SpaceX, too. So, yeah, for me, I guess that also would kind of come into play. I don't need to click that. And you can't think of how she's wrong. Oh, Stancy Potenza. All sports are gay. True. I mean, when you got, look at American football, for fuck's sake. I think that's all that, needs to be said. I'm still not clicking that. Okay, okay. Jesus. Why is it like, if Venom's not here, you're here to fill the role, basically? Carl, like, you're pretty much, like, whenever he's not here, you're here to pretty much, like, fill that role. We either all have guys in tight pants or short shorts. Look at tennis. Tell me any straight man came up with that. Yeah, I mean with tennis, yeah. At least I'm not racist against aliens. That's true. I mean, you know, because I don't get that. I don't get that about Venom. It's like, are you that fearful of the unknown? And honestly, I don't even think about, like, extraterrestrials like he does like that. Because it's kind of irrelevant. And if anything, especially when it comes to other conversations, it literally just muddies the waters and devolves it, basically. Like, I mean, that's just, I mean, honestly, I mean, it's no offense to him, but it's just like, if we're talking about, like, you know, some political philosophy, like about, you know, authoritarianism and libertarianism or some shit, and they're like, aliens, you know, what if aliens came? It's like, well, what if a fat, big ball of ass cheeks just, you know, crash upon Earth? Like, I mean, you know, it's like, I mean, what, you know, it's not much of a point to it. Unless it actually happens, there's no fucking real, like, we're not even in a position, you know, as a species, even really, you know, like, like, question that. Because, like, if aliens were to show up now, hypothetically, we would just be fucked, regardless if they're benevolent or not. At least when it does come to a conversation when he legitimately does, like, he's the main one that does bring it up, I'm just gonna be honest. when aliens come up, I guarantee it's because Venom brought it up. Again, no offense to Venom. I'm sure he probably listens to these after I do them. But, again, no offense, you know. But it's just like, when they do get brought up, it's why I say it's like, even if, like, you know, an alien race is somewhat authoritarian, I'd rather be subservient as a species, you know, collectively, you know, on this planet, you know, not just, like, one government or this government or that. Like, all of us, you know, be subservient, at least enough to catch us up technologically and culturally and otherwise, you know. So then we could actually have a means to be like the intergalactic, like, pioneers or whatever the fuck. Which even then, that's not even like some manifest destiny of ours anyway, which is also something I think he falsely believes. It's like, it's not some manifest destiny of humanity to go explore the stars and shit. I mean, I agree with the idea of going out and exploring the stars and shit, but it's not like our manifest destiny to do so. Capturing alien animals as livestock. It just, well, I mean, it depends on the alien creatures, I suppose. I mean, if we got, like, aliens that are far more sentient than us, and we're trying to do that to them, I'd be fundamentally against that. But, I mean, you know, like, it would depend. I mean, see, this is part of the reason why I don't entirely, like get brought up, because it's, you know, it's all hypothetical, because it would just have to depend. If it's like an insectoid race and shit, I mean, sure, I wouldn't necessarily see an issue with it. If it's like an alien race, even if though they don't physically look like us, or at least on a sentient level like us, or obviously more advanced, then I would be fundamentally against that. So it would depend. You know, so, I don't know, like, all in all, I'm not against it, you know, and I'm obviously not against the ideas or the conversations, but it's just like, Venom does legitimately kind of interject them very often, to the point it's like, who brought up aliens? You know, it's like, why? It's like they don't need to be brought up in a conversation, but, you know, he just does. But I love him, God bless him, you know, he's my homeboy, but he really does, like, really think about aliens, like, a lot. You know, it's like, I get it, I love aliens, I love thinking about it, but it's just more of a curiosity for me, instead of, like, if they do show up, we should all basically like unite, regardless of how that government turns out, just so we're united. It's like means justify the ends. But it's like, well, not really. Like, I mean, if we unite humanity, like, hypothetically under, like, a fascist world government, that's not really a united humanity if you really break it down, because that society and that government is fracturing humanity into different like subspecies and subgroups, and those different groups are going to be seen as desirable or undesirable based on that society and that government. That's not a united humanity, just by that alone, let alone all the other gross, dirty details that will definitely get in the mix of a fascist world government like that. So it's like, it's like, really? It's like, come on, dude. It's like, think a little bit when you say stuff like that. I mean, it's like, come on. Is it really worth it? Just because aliens may show up? It's like, no, it's not. Because even if aliens did show up, they'd just be considered another branch of hierarchical, like, superiority over them. Not, like, they would just basically put them one level below them because they're, like, another alien race, but beyond that, they're still going to treat every other, like, human group that they see undesirable as a lesser. So, again, 99 humanity. And also, just as a proxy, people are going to be fundamentally, are going to be against, that idea anyway, and they're going to revolt against it. So me being included, if, hypothetically, we were in one now or something, So, I think aliens is Venom's code word for Hebraic tribes. I don't think it is. I don't think Venom is going, like, code word on us, dude. I mean, like, when there's all sorts of other code words that are a little bit more, like, distinguishable, I guess. I don't know, like, I think you're joking. I'm pretty sure you might be joking, but, like, just on the off chance you might not be, I don't think so. I kind of doubt it. I mean, I know he's not against, not in, fond of the Israeli state, like, I mean, just as much as I am, like, so but that's about as far as it goes, I guess. Pretty much about the same positions I have when it comes to that, being against Zionism and the Israeli state when it comes to it as a nation. I have no issue with the people or, and all that. I don't gotta fucking, like, I mean, that's, I think, a distinct difference. Honestly, like, that's kind of been something just kind of, bring it to a different topic, I guess, something I've been thinking about. When it comes to being, like, someone who is just like, hey, I'm somebody who's, like, anti-Zionist because I do not like, Israeli policies, especially what they do to Palestinians and how they basically treat anyone who isn't, like, an Israeli, like, Jewish, ethnically as well. It's just like, hey, like, that's fucked up. I'm against that. Like, as a cultural idea that they, push, as a government policy, as, philosophy, that's shit. I don't like that. But, fortunately, there's a lot of mixture with, I think, criticisms of that get, mixed with legit fucking Nazis and their anti-Semitism and shit. And it's just like, how do you, like, separate the two? Because, for me, I think there is a very distinct difference from being, like, anti-Zionist and obviously being anti-Semitic, because anti-Semitic, at least in my mind, is applying that, like, the people who, are, like, ethnically, Semitic, are somehow lesser because of X, Y, or Z. That includes, their faith, or at least, in some parts. And it's just like, what? I mean, because at that point, now we're just starting to look at arbitrary features of a person that don't mean fuck all. Because you could definitely have, like, a lot of ideas that are obviously pretty shit and have, basically a whole, like, group of people think these ideas are good, and have a whole policy and have like a nation basically built around that idea. I mean, that's kind of like how Israel's been built up over the generations, unfortunately. And it's led up to having, like, far-right extremist, hyper-nationalist supremacists like Netanyahu and shit, who basically has been quoted to venerate people like Hitler and shit, being like, oh, one of his mistakes, like, one of Hitler's mistakes was basically being convinced by the Arabs that the Jews were the real enemy. Like, that was one of Netanyahu's quotes. If not him directly, I think it was, like, one of, like, the cultural and domestic minister affairs or whoever the fuck. Like, one of these, like, close top, like, Israeli governmental heads and shit, saying things like this. And it's just like, what? I mean, major red flag shit in my mind, and it's like, for me, that shit's fucked up, and I would obviously not support that type of stuff. And unfortunately, I think there is, some mixed messaging, that happens because there are a lot of Nazis I recognize there are people that don't like the Israeli state, but, like, obviously I have no issues with people who happen to be Jewish, ethnically or by faith or otherwise, or both, because, like I said, I know. And if anything, there's a lot of people who are ethnically Jewish and believe the faith that are also against, a lot of the policies and what Israel does as well. I mean, like, you could look up pictures of these fucking people. They exist, So it's like, it's not just some, like, obviously groupthink thing, because nothing really truly is like that. So it's like, I guess for me, it's just like, my issue is just like when there are a lot of people, mainly I think, like, more corporate style libs, that think they're trying to, like, defend a group or, like, like, kind of, like, be on the defense for a said group or whatever, and be like, oh, you can't say this bad thing because you're going to be an anti-Semite, basically. Like with, when, like, Ilhan Omar, for example, will criticize, Israel and shit, and then everyone calls her a fucking flaming anti-Semite. It's like, no, she's not. See, and that's, I think, the fucking issue. Because, like, how in the fuck could someone like Ilhan Omar get mixed with fucking Nicholas Fuentes? You know what I mean? It's like, how are they even equivocal with their criticisms here? Like, how are their ideas of what they say the same? They're not. And it's just like shit that muddies the waters to the point where I think it actually emboldens and helps, people like Nicholas Fuentes and the far right and shit. Because if everything is like anti-Semitic, then it's like it just downplays and undermines real legit anti-Semitism. And then there are people who legitimately might not be anti-Semitic being like, fuck off, chill out, like, no, I'm not. And, then you get these Nazis who are like, yeah, we're not either, wink. And then they get brought up more to the surface, and now we get what's going on now with fucking Kanye and Nick, going full on JQ mode. Going, like, praising Hitler and shit. So, it's like, ugh. To me, it's just like, kind of just like a really gross moment, honestly, because it's just like, how do you, I guess in a way it's just like, how do you, like, especially aggressively criticize, a state that's doing war crimes and human rights crimes and shit, and look at people who would basically be like, oh, now you're basically that, and be like, no, I'm literally not. It's just like, because there's a very distinct difference, when it comes to these ideas and shit. Really was like, who cares about what Pol Pot did? It's not like he hurt our people, he only killed... Wait, did Nick really straight say... I'm not surprised, honestly. Bing bongs, dude? Oh my god, bro. Oh yeah, like, millions upon millions of fucking Cambodians, innocent lives, they're just quote-unquote bing bongs. Man, what a fucking ratbag piece of shit, dude. See, like, I mean, I guess fundamentally, like, why do I care? And didn't have an impact on me either, but nonetheless, I still do a little bit. Racist tends to be pretty funny. I mean, it can be... I mean, I'm not going to necessarily disagree with that entirely. I mean, I think it can be as well. I think, there can be some, like, racism, either by genuine racists that are just so stupid you can't help but laugh at it because it's, kind of funny. And I think there can be, like, some soft, levels of racism where it's harmless and not intended, based on bigotry. It's just intended, well, for humor's sake, comedic factor. Because, like, there can definitely be, I think, elements of being, quote, racial, or being softly, like that, where it's not intended as a harm, but intended for, like, a comedic effect. Or, if anything, even making fun of people who happen to genuinely be racist. Because of how, stupid, fundamentally racism can be overall. And I think if more people realize how dumb racism is, I think, it can be seen as a little bit more of a humorous thing, because, like, ain't it dumb that, people used to, or, like, some people still think like that, ain't that kind of funny? Because it's just like, I mean, and we're not there yet, I don't think, necessarily, but, I'd like to get to a point where humanity, doesn't give as much of a shit about these type of things, to where we can, have, some humor about, some shit like that, because I don't think, it should, obviously matter, because it doesn't, and, at least when it comes to just arbitrary features about yourself. But, a lot of humans are still stupid and want to look at somebody because of, that shit and be like, I don't like you, so fuck you, and genuinely be, like, hateful towards them. It's like, unfortunately, there's too many chucklefucks like that, and, until they're corrected, it's like, we're not there quite yet. But that's why I think, like, we got our, like, friend circles and, our little in-groups and stuff. Like, obviously, I think, these norms have, moved up and have gotten better, I think, especially when it comes to, like, little friend groups and shit. Because I definitely know, like, even within my own little friend groups and shit, we tend to, get a little edgy, for like, better words and shit. And it's fine, obviously, It's like, we're not doing it out of, like, hatefulness or some shit. Like, I mean, I'll call myself a faggot and shit, you know what I mean? Because I'm bi. Like, it's like, it's not a big deal to me, It's like, so, when it comes to my friend groups and shit, at least when it comes to, like, in certain, like, groups and settings, I'd say, let the freak flag fly, let, whatever joke fly, as far as I'm concerned. I don't really care at that point. Well, I guess within reason, I suppose. Like, I won't be like, yeah, let's just have, like, a joke about, killing the Jews or something. It's like, no, how about we don't have a joke about that, Like, I'll have a line still, but at the end of the day, like, my line changes, I guess, depending on setting. Just because, at least for me, I understand that, even, a lot of things that I might find funny if I, was joking about out in public, a lot of people probably won't think the same thing. So, again, it's just because we're not, like, there yet, I feel like, we'll eventually, get to a point where we can, be, more, I guess, in, like, free-spirited, more free-love in that sense, where it's like, we're not doing this out of ill intent or bigotry. This is, out of just, casual fun at each other. What are you doing? Was Nintendogs good? Nintendogs? Huh? 23D, 53C? Oh, okay. I see what's going on here. It will be 34, and fuck, the last one is actually kind of hard, because honestly, literally any of those would be just fine. Like, I've had coffee straight black, and I'm okay with that. I've had, like, coffee in all those different, like, levels of cream. So, fuck. I guess on a generic, like, just on any day, I think it'd be a D. 34D. So, what was yours? You went 2-3D? Ah, so we're pretty much almost close. Like, I went, one level up on the, I went more medium rare instead of rare. And, I went a little extra on the crustiness on that toast. A little extra crunch. And you did D. Yeah, like, D or C, honestly. Like, so. But yeah, we're pretty much, like, almost, like, got the same taste going on here. I guess I like mine a little extra toasted when it comes to my toast, but hey. Hold on. Who in the fuck is eating number 6 for toast? Like, who is eating, Like, who is eating that? Who's eating this, bro? Like, who's eating that? You know what I mean? Like, I mean, if it's like the last slice and you're desperate, I mean, I've done that once. I wonder if my old save file is here. Oh, shit. Maybe you're like 3.5 for toast, actually. Well, I mean, it doesn't really have that, but yeah, I see what you mean. What are my baby sharks are doing? Oh my god. Oh hell no, they better be dead. About Nintendogs I use Game Store typically saved games are wiped. But this one wasn't. Oh, damn. Yeah, it's been years with this one. Remember straight, but memory cards don't. Does it mean a gut? I'm calling the police. Damn. But aw. Wow. I mean, that's actually kind of a little like that kind of was like a little bit of moment of feels right there. I ain't gonna lie. It's like damn. Damn, a little animated little doggo been sitting there for literally almost 10 fucking years. It's like holy shit, that poor puppy. At least whoever Emily S was did, you know, give it a bath and everything before selling it. So it's like even a previous owner of the game was like, man, I can't just like not, you know, like just abandon it. I have to take care of it one more time before I leave. It's like, oh, it's like, all right, that's got a little feels to it. It's like, god damn it. I wonder how my Nintendo cat is doing. Chicks game Nintendo cat. Fuck you, you piece of shit. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, I feel like that's how it would go. Let's see, Doka Ryan, what the fuck? You sent a community post, and this is gonna be a video in a week. Surströmming and vodka, see you in a week. Oh my fucking god, dude. Why did he do this? He just sent that a minute ago. Why in the fuck? Doka Ryan, dude, what are you doing? That actually makes me uncomfortable. Oh, dude. Oh, man. How is Doka Ryan how, what is that? That's surströmming. It's Swedish, it's fermented Swedish fish. It was owned by Emily? Oh my god, hey. Emily took good care of that little pup. It's, you know, but hey, you know, it's like, damn Swedish. I've had fermented shark from Iceland, okay? Like, Hokkaido is, like, I will admit this, actually. Fermented shark is not as bad as you think, if you do it the right way. which you have to have a shot of their Icelandic spirit, Brennivin. You have that with it, and it's actually not that bad. It's not good. I'm gonna just say that right now. It's not, like, good, but it's not bad. As long as you do it the right way. And my sister's husband, when she was with us, when they were all with us, when we were eating it, like, he did it, like, he took the shot first, and then ate it, and it's like, bruh, why'd you do that? That's the exact opposite way you're supposed to do it. And he got some stuck in his fucking teeth, and he basically had rotten fish smell in his mouth, like, the entire fucking day. But if you take, the little bits of it and eat that first, and then take the shot, you're fine. It's actually not that bad. It's got, like, this... You have a sister? Yeah, she's, like, 30-something. She's, like, way older than me. She lives way out, like, Montana or some shit. I don't see her that often. Last time I saw her was actually when I went to Iceland with her. So, I haven't seen her since 2018, actually. It's been some years since I've been hanging out with her. But yeah, like, half-sister, step-sister. I mean, half-sister. From my dad's side. Different mamas. Her mom's like her own vibe of branch of cool. Like, her mom's like cool in the sense that she's kind of like a Wiccan, kind of like old, like, hippie punk lady a little bit. She's pretty cool. But at the same time, I've also heard some interesting things about her, but I don't know, honestly, if they're, like, believable or not, honestly. How she's, like, doing, like, into weird spells or whatever the fuck, and I'm just like, I'm pretty sure that was probably when, like, my dad and her were, like, in their Wiccan days and shit. I don't know if, like, my sister's mom, still practices it or anything, but my dad doesn't. Well, I guess he seldomly will. Like, occasionally, like, if a relative or a pet dies, he will, like, kind of do, like, a, passing on, a little ceremony, like a little small one. It involves, like, a candle and a couple other things. Well, it involves, like, 2 candles, and it involves, like, these little, chalices, these little ceramic chalices that he has, and there's, like, a couple other things that go into it. What does Vegemite taste of? Death. I mean, I don't fucking know. I was on another stream and I got mentioned someone's friend was tricked into eating a spoonful of Vegemite. The tragic incident happened in slow motion. Oh, damn. Like, see, I've never had Vegemite, nor will I ever. What's the other version? There's, like, Vegemite, there's, like, what's it called? Like, Marlamite or something like that? I've heard that isn't as bad. But they're both very controversial, like, spreads or whatever the fuck they are. Because, like, either people genuinely, like, love them or they absolutely fucking hate them. And I'm more on the level of, like, hate them because I've heard some very repulsive things about them. I mentioned when they took a bite, they had an instant reaction, falling back of excess over their eyes. Just like starting to froth at the mouth, just like seizing up. Just frothing and seizing. I have a weird feeling that's probably what would happen. Japanese communist sparring, huh? Oh, did they actually they make a little video? Huh? What's this? That's something that Hassan's reacting to. Is this like what the hell? So wait, hold on. What is this? Okay, I'm instantly intrigued. We're turning this up already.
Nice.
Really?
Yeah.
Communist anime? Base.
Communism drops to 100%. Increases.
You won't misunderstood.
Dude, what? Dude, this is awesome. Alright, hold on. I gotta, hold up. We gotta, like, see the full version of this before we see him react to this. Dude, what? Yo, hold up. Like, yeah, what? Yo, okay. I gotta see this in its full glory. What? I'm just, alright, I'm just gonna look up Japanese communist music. I think it should come up if I do that. Let's see. Oh my, yeah, there it is, there it is. Oh my god, I found it. Okay, we gotta see this in its full glory. We're in a communist party politics with you. The future is with you. Cool, dude, this isn't like a Japanese anime for communists. Dude, this is based. You've almost noticed it a little. It's because they're old images, isn't it? Even if I say so myself, however. We're fairly nice guys instead of steady on our thoughts. Dude, this bops! Yeah, I'm full screen this, fuck it. Well, holy shit, okay, well, this is going fast. Alright, we're gonna pause this for a sec. When wage of 1,500 yen and abolish the zero-paid overtime system for it. Base. Okay, oh, Jesus Christ, this is going fast. Tuition free, specialized universities reduce the price of preschools for 300,000 people. Based. Okay, what's this? Significantly reduce national health insurance premiums, stop reducing pensions. We need pensions that can be relied on. Based. For any questions about Okinawa and the Constitution nuclear power plant issues, please refer to the homepage. Please refer to the homepage. Is that actually lyrics? In a society where you can live normally if you work 8 hours. Dude, this is like communism for Japan, bro. Like, seriously. But based, like, what, like, back in the 1880 fucking 8, you know, like, May 1st, like, the Haymarket Affair, fight for the 8-hour workday in America, 2022 Japan, it's like, yo, 8-hour workday, but let's do it in anime. It's just like, you know what, I fucking dig it and I love it. This is fucking awesome. This is based. This is so awesome. I love this. If you can't get him with theory, get him with anime, dude. If having to worry about money, I like that. A society where Social Security is generous so you can live calmly. A society where you can have more hope than today. United Front with Citizens. I love this. Dude, this is a bop. Dude, this shit's a bop. I love this. Alright, that was a fucking bop. That's a... oops. That's a bop. Even Zukov was like, "Bo," dude, he was barking like... he was barking like to that. It was like, I like this too, Bo. Dude, that is awesome. I love that. That is so awesome. I can't help but love that. Like, that's just... Dude, that was a bop. That was straight up a banger, dude. It's like, dude, it's so catchy. Actually, a lot of anime tends to be anti-authority. I'd see that, honestly. Like, there's actually some pretty decent animes that have that. I'm still not clicking that link, you know that, right? I recognize the e621.net link when I see one, sir. I'm a frequent user of the platform. Weebs feeling really vindicated. You know what? I'll let him have it. You know, I want to see what Son has to say about it a little bit, because it looks like he just kind of checks it out too, but it'll give me an excuse to listen to it again. I just kind of wanted to see the full, like, thing in its glory, at least.
You know what I mean?
I gotta ask. Yeah, that is good. I gotta ask Ludwig if it's too late to change.
Actually, a lot of anime.
Walk out.
To the communist,
I just don't want to hate. I don't fucking. We already talked about that. I don't know.
Japanese Communist Party.
I mean, honestly, fundamentally, I don't know. Ask him. I mean, I've talked about why I don't necessarily agree with him, but I don't know. Ask him. He's not here, so.
All of which are increased about us. After all, our policies must be presented firmly and exactly. Even if I say so for myself, however, think about it well.
Gil! Stop!
Tuition-free specialized universities reduce the price of preschools to 300,000 people. Significantly reduce national health. Okay, this is way too fast, bro.
It's way too
For
fast.
questions about Okinawa, the Constitution, nuclear power plant issues, please refer to the homepage. That's not a song.
That's not part of the song. I mean, it can't be,
Tuition-free
dude.
Specialized universities reduce the price of preschools for 300,000 people.
There's lots more people.
Significantly reduce the national health insurance premium. Stop reducing pensions. We need pensions that can be relied on. Dude,
Base and
this is
true, though.
This is real, bro. This is how leftists are. Like this does make sense. Gigantic nerds.
Dude, if this is what Japanese leftism looks like, I'm all for it. And honestly, like, from my understanding, Japan has the largest communist party that isn't, like, in control of the nation. So, I like, if I remember, I think the Communist Party of Japan is actually, like, the 4th largest party in Japan. And they're a minority party, but they actually have, like, some political control in Japan to a small extent. I mean, it's pretty cool, like, it's actually pretty cool, like, honestly. Like, there's honestly, if anything, like, when it comes to, at least, like, I suppose, like, more communist philosophy, like, if anything, looking at the Japanese Communist Party in Japan, like, I mean, if anything, maybe taking some notes out of them would, probably would behoove, at least more farther leftists here in America and shit. And honestly, I've heard about some pretty crazy things that the Japanese Communist Party has done when it came to, like, radical organization and shit during the 60s and the 70s, so I don't know much about it, but I've heard there's been some, like, times where the Communist Party in Japan has straight up, like, organized, like, very well organized, like, strikes, that lead to riots, very specifically, basically, as a way to challenge a lot of things within the government at the time. So I know there's at least some legit, pretty cool, interesting things about it, but, I want to get into it, and learn about it eventually. I just don't know anything about it right yet. They were bopping to it.
I love that the Japanese Communist Party's like, come on, let's just lower the.
Instead of working like 14 hours a day, can we please have 8 hours of work? Can I have an 8-hour workday instead, please? Thank you.
Come on, please. Like, that's communism in Japan.
Well, I guess it has to be here too, because if you're working like, 2 or 3 8-hour, like, a day jobs and shit, I mean, are you really working 8 hours a day? No. So.
Like, obviously, the communist parties are never.
If they don't start bracing radical leftist ideas, we'll all start breaking out into spontaneous flash mobs. It'll make everyone feel really awkward. Yeah, and there'll be a lot of awkwardness I don't think people would like. I mean, unless they're doing some, flash mobs like this. If we're doing, like, some flash mob, like, anime Japanese communist style, like, break dances and shit, then fuck yeah, dude.
Like, the actual active.
Someone's got to build Toyos. Well, yeah, make it like, some good, valued, labor and, good union jobs in Japan doing it. Like, and I know there at least are decent unions within Japan to an extent, so I think it kind of shows a little bit, because, of parties like the Communist Party in Japan and shit, or I guess the Japanese Communist Party is specifically what it's called, but, I mean, I think the reason why they especially have a lot of different, you know, like, what's it called, like, you know, when it comes to, like, a lot of things, like, when it comes to, like, you know, unions and labor and shit, I mean, it comes from, you know, a lot of the more radical agitators, you know, like, from the JCP and shit.
They're socialists, or maybe in this case, democratic social. I mean, social.
Prepare for white nationalist propaganda. Wait, I'll share it, but if I get some weird shit, nah. Prepare for white nationalist propaganda. Yeah. Oh no. Yeah, but be nice, Carl. Don't send him too much weird shit.
It's a society where you can study racism without having to worry about money.
We are
Okay, this is fire.
We are
Yeah.
Up to date though. I love the little rhymes. I don't know if anyone noticed it the first time, but those little rhymes that they were doing were so cute. It's like up to date-o, knockout-o, like, you know, for, it's like, hey, you know, like, you gotta knock out the government, and then, you know, but they use knockout-o, you know, when they say it, and it's like, you know, update the system, but they're like, you know, they say update-o. It's like, I love the little rhyme scheme, too. It's so awesome. It's such a bop. It's so great. And I saw those guys bopping. It's so cute watching. Oh, you gotta watch these guys bop. Look at them bop up there in their little corner, all bopping to it.
Yeah.
Knock out the government.
We are against We are against
Yeah.
Dude, I love this so much. Dude, this song is just so. Dude, this song is a fucking bop. Dude, I could, like, there needs to be like a 10-hour loop of this song or something. It's just awesome.
Yeah. I'm getting some Yes We Can vibes out of this.
Yes We Can vibes?
Like it. It's cool. Good for
You know what? If this is like, you know, yeah, there might be like, you know, yeah, like Yes We Can vibes out of it, but I'm for it. You know, like I'm okay with it. Like if the Yes We Can was this, like I'd go for it. At least it's like a bop. At least it's cool. I'm confirm this for me. I'm not brave enough to check. All right, let me take my screen down, just so we don't accidentally ban me. Into the Void by Gasprinol. Okay. Why do I feel like YouTube's just gonna recommend me Black Sabbath Enter the Void? Well, you can watch it on YouTube. And it is an independent movie. Watch of membership. Wait, membership? Oh, a YouTube movie. I don't know if I have a membership for that. Or you could buy or rent it. So there's some trailers, I guess. Enter the Void DMT trip. Trauma on... is it a traumatic film? Oh boy, it's one of those movies. Is it like Trainspotting or something? Is it like one of those films? Well, it looks like a psychedelic horror art film. Alright, fine, Carl, this is for you, a star. A golden star. Well, hey, you know, like... He's already sent an E621 link, so I think he does deserve a star on this one. It's a movie about an American drug dealer living in Tokyo after getting dishonorably discharged, gets shot by Japanese cops while high on DMT, and is reincarnated in Tibetan Buddhism. Jesus Christ. Well, you know, that does sound interesting, but I'll at least, like, maybe check a synopsis of the film if there is one. Sounds trippy. It does sound trippy. And it looks like there is a few, you know, YouTube videos talking about it, so. People also search for come and see. Oh my god, dude, this is really... Dude, are you serious? It's like, also people look for this fucking movie. Yeah, like this fucking movie, which you can watch on YouTube. You can watch this movie in full, and this movie's fucked. I mean, in a good way, but because of how much of a cinematic, like, fucking, like, masterpiece it really is, honestly. Like, I love that movie, but I only have watched that, like, once so far, and frankly, I think that's enough. Like, I want to, you know, recommend that. Like, and honestly, that thumbnail is a very optimistic like, thumbnail, by the way. Like, this is the kid, the protagonist, and this is, like, before he, sees some shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's before the PTSD, you know, is set in stone, you know, so. Yeah. It's some nightmare fuel. Into the Void is almost entirely shot in first person, like the eyes of the main character. He hears inner thoughts, see his blink first person. Damn. Okay, that is actually some pretty cool shit. I kind of like first-person perspectives a little bit, where you kind of, like, play, the, you know, the protagonist almost a little bit. I mean, you're not playing him, but, you know, you get the idea, though. You're in the perspective, so you kind of get, like, this is what the character is looking at and feeling and everything a little bit. It brings kind of more of a mind of, you know, seeing what this character is seeing a little bit. I kind of like, you know, when it does that every now and then. I won't say, like, maybe constantly in a film, but if it does that occasionally and sprinkled in really well, and obviously I would imagine a film like this, you know, something like that would be pretty good. Oh, this scene you're talking about? Yeah, what's up? We'll check it out. Oh, that's fucking loud. I guess turn it back up a little. Never mind, look at this one. Jesus Christ. Well, this is longer. Okay, well, this actually is showing what you're talking about, though.
I know I'm not a junkie. She's my sister, but sometimes she doesn't know who I am. There we go. This is the good stuff. Why else would Brutal do this to me? Probably wants a blowjob. It's disgusting. Who do they think I am anyways? And I know I'm not a junkie.
It's generally honest depiction of DMTI. I would not be doing DMT in this setting, personally. There's a thing called a forest. And a friend that's sober to watch over you while you're in the forest.
Okay.
I can see the whole psychedelic art part of it for sure. This is trippy. I think you've burnt that beyond its burn state.
Wow. It's already kicking in. This is it. Started. Oh god. This is the best. What if you're fainting? You're not gonna faint. You're just gonna go down. It's fucking love.
Okay, so that's where... Okay. So that's where the other scene came in. We started seeing this. And then you're like, no, look at this one. So you can see all the stuff that starts. How's that tiny little sprinkle that he put in that fucking bowl lasting him this long? That's what I'm wondering now at this point. Are the Voyager probe radio recordings of the planet Neptune Uranus? Oh, really? You know, honestly, that's a pretty clever use of audio. I honestly would never have guessed that. I was wondering what it was. Like, whoa, you know, that, like, alien-like noises. That explains it, dude. That is fucking clever. That's some cool shit. Seriously, you can look it up. I'm not doubting you. I recognized it. Why is it you specifically would be like, I didn't even need to look it up, bruh. I recognize that shit. Why is it you that knows just right? I recognize that, bruh. So I like to listen to it. I first saw the film a week or two ago. I recognized it. Well, I'm messing with you a little bit. I'm being fun with it. If anything, I'm saying I know you like listening to stuff like that. I mean, I kind of do too. You need to watch this movie. Well, I mean, I'm definitely getting intrigued to check it out. And honestly, I mean, I definitely want to try DMT at some point. And if this is something that I, you know, would probably, like, experience in a sense, you know, and on that stuff, I mean, fuck yeah, dude. It looks like cosmos, but at the same time, like, planetary life and plants and stuff and, like, micro life at the same time. It's like, I mean, I'm already kind of tripping out and I'm crossfaded just looking at it on a small screen. Watch the stone, it'll fuck you up. I mean, I'm not, like, fucked up, but I'm definitely kind of trippy over it. And like I said, I'm watching it on, like, a small half screen on my phone, you know, and I'm crossfaded, and I'm looking at it, and it's like, whoa. It's definitely weird. But not in the bad way, though. I really like, you know, the visuals and shit, though. It's, like, a mixture of, like, looking like cosmos, but also at the same time, it kind of looks like nerve endings and, like, you know, a nervous system and shit like that. Like, you know, like little neurons and stuff. I mean, it has like a mixture of like looking like all sorts of different things at once. Now I feel like we're just listening to like some like deep nature noises, like whales and some big beasts, you know, in the jungle or something, like a rhino or some shit. Like the slow creaking bending of metal. You know, whatever. He's using a lot of different audio, I think, now at this point. To cure humans, Venom's human supremacy is DMT. Maybe. Because then he would see aliens and he would just embrace them. He would see the aliens in the DMT and he would just have to embrace it. And realize they're our friends. Well, that ruins the trip.
Hello?
Okay, it's Victor.
Hey, I'm looking for you.
Can you bring my stuff?
Can you come and get it?
No. I need you to bring it to me.
Oh. Okay. Where are you?
I'm at the void.
You know, I'm really sorry about yesterday.
I'll wait for you.
Actually, I'd rather... Hello? Hello? Come on.
Well, that guy sounded like a dick. It's like, don't be late, bitch. It's like, I was trying to let you know that I'm, like, tripping my balls off right now. I can't exactly do it at the moment. It's like, but okay. Thanks, asshole. I guess that's where he gets shot later, you know, or it's like, oh, I'm high on DMT. I just got shot. Oh, shit. Oh, my lord. Oh, shit. This marriage proposal nearly capsized when the ring fell overboard. Oh, my God, it did. Oh, shit. And there he dives in for it. Oh, my God. You idiot. You actual idiot. Well, you know, why propose... Why does a motherfucker want to propose on, like, a boat like that? I mean, especially if you're Butterfingers, dude. I mean, my guy. Like, come on. Like, maybe do that, like, I don't know, not... They should propose underwater at that point. Well, I mean, I guess she knows. Would you like to... Oh, shit! Oh, it just dives in for it. It's just like... I mean, she's probably thinking, like... Was that a marriage proposal? What was that? She would be more confused, like... If that's a marriage proposal, I think I'm going to say yes, because if this is the case I'm going to be getting into with him, and this is what he's going to do, I'm going to be amused for the rest of my life, so I'm going to enjoy this. She was probably laughing her ass off when that happened. She's like, at least it wasn't me that had to go in there. Propose a gender reveal, I'm gay and you're... Oh my god. Propose of a gender reveal at the same time. How would that even work? Well, you know what? I guess if you propose while she's pregnant and you find out the gender at the same time. Gender reveal party and a proposal party. The proposal, you know, comes in with the gender reveal. It's like, it's a boy and will you marry me? Or it's a girl and will you marry me? Yeah, it's like that's actually how, you know, you can mix the two together. You have to get, you know, a little bit of slay action first, you know, and then, you know, go in for the proposal. See, this is one thing about, like, conservatives that are dumb. It's like, no, you can't, you abstinence before, you know, marriage. It's like, fuck you. What if I want to, you know, like, have a cool fucking, like, planned out way on having a kid and getting married, motherfucker? Like, what if I want to, like, you know, kiss the bride and all of a sudden the water breaks, you know, just like the gender reveal party, you know, just before, you know, like, with the proposal and shit. It's like, fuck you. No, I'm gonna, like, do it like how I want it there, you traditional conservative fuck. When a gender reveal parties disintegrate pyrotechnic devices throw up purple smoke like in Southern California, Chaparral bush on fire. Like, see, that's where it goes a little too far for me. Like, I mean, gender reveal parties basically are not complete without, like, a wildfire or, like, someone dying. But I understand that urge for people in their gender reveal parties, but, I mean, it's time to stop. You know, it's like, I know there was actually a pretty decent gender reveal party that happened that was basically a wrestling match. And you know what? I'm okay with that. You know, I'm alright with that, honestly. In fact, I think TJ, like, talked about it once. I think he did. Did he? Oh yeah, he did in here. Yeah, here it is. Yeah.
Become too depressed, you guys. Don't get too fucking, oh man, this world is fucking, it's all shit, man. It's all bad.
It's all bad, bro.
With the crazy world we live in, there is a positive side to things. You know, it's not all bad. For instance,
Is already like a teenager. Until then, everyone has a buzz cut. Everyone then has a buzz cut. Nah, make it worse. Make it so everyone has a bowl cut until they're like 15. It's like, it's just make it like that. Make that the standard. You can't bully anybody about a bowl cut if everybody has a bowl cut. Okay, there you go. Buzz cut, you know, like, there's a lot of kids that'd be like, yes, Sergeant, you know, they'll pretend they're in the army or something like that with that. You know, you can't make them pretend, you know, you can't have some LARPers in there. You gotta make them suffer a little bit. Either give them, like, mullets or just or bowl cuts. Just straight, like, get a fucking straight bowl, bloop, pop it on top of that son of a bitch, and just, like, cut around, and there you go, bowl cut. That's all you need. All children have bowl cuts and gender-neutral pronouns until age 15, and then there's a gender reveal party as a rite of passage. That's a rite of passage. Yep. Exactly. Yep, that's how gender reveal party goes. Exactly.
obnoxious gender reveals that, you know, have killed some people and are fucking super horrible and stuff. I actually saw today. For the first time ever, I actually saw a gender reveal party that was pretty fucking cool. It was probably the best gender reveal concept I've seen. You gotta see this shit, you guys. Look, you don't believe me? Check it out. Check this shit the fuck out, bro.
When Dad is in charge of the gender reveal.
Yes! Yes! Do it! Yes!
Fuck yeah!
Fuck yeah, brother!
It's a boy! Why do we need your identity? No one cares. Yeah, I mean, like, no one really cares. I mean, I guess some people do.
I mean, yeah, like, I guess, yeah, some people do, obviously, but, yeah, like, I mean, I will say, though, I admire the creativity that's at least harmless, that didn't start a wildfire or kill anybody. I don't care, but it's cute. Yeah, I mean, I will admit, this was actually kind of cute and fun. Like, I wouldn't mind having a few beers and hanging out with this family, you know, at this, you know, party. You know what I mean? Like, I actually would be okay with being here, you know? Like, I could see myself in a situation like this, at least. I mean, because it's like, hey, you know, we're gonna have a gender reveal party, but we're having a wrestling match to determine who's the gender. It's like, I'm normally not for gender parties, but getting a few beers in me and watching a wrestling match, you know, fuck it. God damn it, I'm in. You won me? It's like, I mean, you know, it's like, I mean, at that point, you know, it's like, fuck, you just won me over. A wrestling match, get a couple beers in me, dude, game on, bro. Hell yeah. Dude, when the husband, you know, when the father gets to be in charge of the gender reveal party, see, like, this is why the bros and the dudes should be in charge of gender reveal parties. But at the same time, though, I think, I don't know, like, we need to study this, actually. Like, when it comes to gender reveal parties, there should be a study. Like, when it comes to the ones that have someone die in it, or wildfires, or basically some travesty happens because of these fucking things, we need to see if, like, either the mother or the father planned this shit, or if some other third party planned it. Like, because if we could pinpoint, like, where the least damage comes from, I think, you know, we can confidently say that, you know, maybe X, Y, or Z should probably do it. Now, honestly, at least with this example, I'd say, hey, fathers deserve to have a little chance, setting up the parties a little bit. But at the same time, I'm thinking about, where someone accidentally dies because, the father decides to set up like Tannerite, where one of them is pink and the other is blue, and they're gonna shoot the blue one or the pink one, depending on the gender, and then shrapnel fucking whacks grandma. It's just like, yeah, it's like, maybe, that's where maybe the mother should come in and be like, we're not using Tannerite. It's like, it's like, you can use the smoke bombs, but we're not using your fucking Tannerite. Excuse me? It's like, maybe you need the lecture. Maybe you need the Karen lecture at that point, But this right here, a wrestling match? Fuck yes. Dude, I'm all for that. Like, I'll be okay with gender parties if this is just basically what they were just like little wrestling matches or something. Like, make it like a good game of billiards or something like that. Like, make it some sport event or something. Don't make it like where people die in wildfires and towns are burnt to the fucking ground over this shit.
At least they decided to do it in a creative way. At least they decided to treat some people to a backyard wrestling match.
Exactly.
And a dude getting thrown through a table.
Exactly.
I'm okay with that.
Mm-hmm. I am too.
This is the first time I've ever seen a gender reveal that didn't make me fucking upset. Or anxious, or just like worried.
If anything, I would say this is a gender reveal party that it's like this is like the only gender reveal party I would generally be okay with going to, because a couple beers in me, and I get to watch a wrestling match, and I get this crazy ass weird referee dude, being like, yeah, probably has a few beers in him too. Like, dude, it looks like a fun fucking time. I mean, I must admit, it looks like kind of a fun time going on there.
And the baby is a neckbeard. I mean, any baby whose gender is revealed this way is inevitably going to be either a neckbeard or a redneck. They're going to have something going on with their neck. It's going to be bearded or red or both.
Probably both.
Who can say?
And you know what? That baby's going to turn out to be a base baby. The redneck beard, dude. Yes, the redneck beard.
And like, look, this guy.
The redneck beard, bro. I love it.
I might have gotten hurt.
The gender reveal party. One parent strips her clothes off and walks away. Okay. You know what? Actually, a little better. Like those like thong unitard things or whatever the fuck that, like, it's basically thong that's stretched to your shoulders and shit. Like, basically, there needs to be a volunteer, and that volunteer basically needs to, like, strip, and pole dance, and eventually whatever that unitard is, pink or blue, will basically dictate the gender. And the only way you get to find out is if you fucking tip the stripper, you know what I'm saying? You gotta throw some fucking Benjis their way. You gotta throw some Georgies, you know what I mean? Get some Lincolns, you gotta get a Jackson in there, maybe a Grant, like, you gotta get something in there, The more you donate and the more you get to score, the more, it comes off, the more you realize, the broader thing. But there's gonna be, like, some sort of, like, onesie thing. Because they're thinking, oh, if they take their tops off, then they're going to find out because, the straps to the shoulders, right? No, they're going to be wearing, like, some onesie, and then they have to strip that off, and then, boom, and then they rip that shit off. Like, like, they have to go all the way down until the very last, and the very last needs to be, like, some sort of a onesie attire, so it can still obscure, the unitard. And then that person gets to walk around in that all day. They don't get to unstrip, it's like, they strip, but they can't unstrip. They have to be like that for the rest of the day. But, as compensation, hey, they get all that money. Hey, you think those tips are coming back to you? Here in South Carolina, we have goth redneck beards that live in trailer parks. I mean, I wouldn't be, I could be okay with that a little bit. I mean, it would depend on the quality of the redneck beard. Venom sounds like one, honestly. I want to say, like, a redneck beard, because I've seen pictures of him recently, and, I mean, he's got a little, chub, a little bit. Not a lot, but a little. But he doesn't really got a neck beard, though. Like, he's definitely got, like, a little bit of the gothic redneck vibe a little bit, just because he's in Alabama and shit. But, I mean, I don't know. Like, I wouldn't necessarily qualify a neck beard, though. Like, he's, like, I don't know. I mean, I feel like he's at least a couple steps above. You know, I feel like, I'll give him that. You know, I feel like he's a little above that. Black Gangster Rednecks, Crips and Camo, Jeep Silverados, 2 Z28s. Well, hey, I mean, honestly, we got similar shit up here. Not the quote-unquote Crips and Camo, but we do got, like, black rednecks up here, too, believe it or not. Actually, I think they're, you know, actually fairly common, you know, if you go out in the rural areas and stuff. I mean, when they're out there, you know, but at least, you know, from where I'm at in, like, Portland specifically, not really as much, not, you know, obviously not really at all, honestly, outside of maybe wearing camo jackets, you know, that are thick and warm for the winter and shit. But at least if you go in the rural areas, like if you see black folks, that, yeah, they're gonna be pretty rednecky. But honestly, there's kind of a charm to that. Camo limit I knew in high school. Oh, well, I mean, that is also, honestly, that's around here as well, like, too, as well. I'm also, you know, like, when you say it like that, like, yeah. I mean, honestly, here in suburbia, because of the mixture of the rural and urban life, you know, kind of blending together, like, around where I grew up, there was definitely, like, a lot of, like, the quote gangster kids, and at least for my high school, at least my, like, youth upbringing, it was mostly either white or Hispanic Latino. And there were black folks as well, but, you know, primarily it would be Hispanic Latino, you know, and there would be a lot of, like, you know, gangsters within, you know, their groups and shit. But it's like, you know, a lot of them would either be, like, very urban-like, or a lot of them would also have would have camo and be very redneck-like as fuck, you know, but, you know, and they would roll up, you know, their dash showing up in their fucking redneck truck, you know, fucking all, you know, like, decked out and shit, you know, with, like, you know, some obviously homemade, you know, engine project, you know, and got a big fat muffler on the side and shit. There's a few people that had, like, their own little car projects that they would just, like, hop in the whip and fucking roll up in and shit. As long as they provide drugs and like to party, my own problem is violence. Well, that usually comes because of poverty. Like, you know, the more impoverished, you know, group, you know, or a community is, the more likely they're going to turn to things like crime. And the more likely to turn to things like that, the more likely violence, you know, happens. Whether because people are defending their shit or themselves, or so desperate to get something that they're willing to turn to violence to get it. You know, and that whole problematic cycle. And then obviously you get cops that come into play, and, you know, like, it, you know, it's like, unfortunately, it just sadly comes with, you know, with at least primarily poverty when it comes to that. And gangs really come because of poverty, because it's kind of like a last-ditch effort to have at least some sense of community, so to speak. Even though it's dangerous and legit deadly. And honestly, I know there has been, at least in some places around the country, where some gangs use, you know, that normally would beef, you know, have actually set aside shit because of how things are so bad. Where it's like, you know, why are we just tearing each other up where we can actually be beneficial each other? You know, we just stick with our neighborhoods. We understand where our boundaries are, at least when it comes to, like, our turfs. But beyond that, like, we respect each other and we just leave it at that. And if anything, we'll legit have, like, barbecues with each other at, you know, sometimes, you know, just to make sure that we're still chill and all cool. You know, and if anything, kind of rebuild and make amends and things like that. Like, some gangs will do that type of shit. You know, it's like, and, you know, it's because they understand that, like, at the end of the day, like, it's not each other that, you know, that are each other's enemies. It's, you know, the poverty that got them there, and the cops that keep fucking oppressing them and shit, and not actually, you know, having a second chance. You know, it's why, you know, it's why gangs exist, honestly. At least, you know, when it comes to your generic gangs that you might find in, you know, in your local town or city or something. Because there's gangs around here that are basically, like, exactly what I'm talking about. Like, around here in Portland, you know? It's like, I mean, I don't, fucking begrudge them. At the same time, there are some gangs that do have money, and they flex that shit by fucking, doing street races and shit like that, because they put their money into these fancy-ass little racer cars and shit like that, and then little sports cars, and then go around Portland fucking street racing and get fucking people killed, and sometimes they get beef with each other, and then start doing fucking shootings with each other and shit. So it's like, some of these gangs legit do have wealth and money, and some of these people are at least somewhat well off, and just, but are kind of in their impoverished conditions because they put all their fucking money into, their illegal street gang racing and shit like that. Because of, whatever other shit, so it's like, they could be using whatever income or whatever, like, shit they're able to do to fund, their cars and stuff like that. And, like, instead of doing that, they could, well, maybe, investing money in a decent car. And obviously they got talent, because if they're able to work on fucking cars, then they're obviously pretty decent auto mechanics and got some trade. And they probably do have a job in those trades, too, at times. Some of these people do. It's like, why are you doing that? You're just, like, it's like your nightlife is basically just fucking with people and, like, harming people and, getting innocents killed and shit, basically, potentially. And, and not just potentially, it fucking happens. I've known too many, people myself personally who have lost friends because of these fucking, people that do illegal street racing and shit. And not just because they get hit and ran, but sometimes because of the gun violence, because of some beef they have, because, oh, you didn't win the race, I did. Now fuck you, bitch, I won the race. It's like, you want to fucking test that? It's like, oh, you want to test my shit? And the gun comes out and just fucking balls start flying. And then some person on the side gets shot and dead. It's just like, I mean, like, honestly, that's the type of shit that I wish law enforcement would kind of crack down on a little bit, but they don't give a fuck. That's why it's a legit kind of a problem. They did do a major bust of some of these motherfuckers not too long ago, and it has kind of died down a little, but it's still an issue. And it's like, yeah, you got one group of people that, of multiple different gangs and other groups that do this shit. Like, whoop-de-doo. Like, it's still an issue. I mean, it's honestly, luckily, there hasn't been that many cases of people dying as of late because of it, which is good, but, I mean, they're literally doing the barest of fucking minimal to actually address the issue. And it's legit bullshit, and it's because they don't want to be held accountable, which that's why I fucking hate the cops here and shit. It's like, they don't want to be held accountable and shit, so they'll do barely fuck all. And it's like, they just want nothing but praise. And it's like, well, then do your fucking job and you'll get it. It's like the one time you did, like, a bust on some illegal street racers, everyone in the city was like, awesome, cool, thank you. That helps. But, it's like you only do it once, and you're just like, oh, we didn't get enough love. It's like, fuck you. It's like, actually do your fucking job. It's like, goddamn, it's like, I mean, honestly, people like me wouldn't be so ACAB and shit, or so vehemently opposed to you if you actually did your fucking shit improperly. Instead of fucking, like, barging into people's homes and just raiding their shit, or doing no-knock warrants and killing people indiscriminately and shit, even though they're unarmed. It's like, quit doing that shit. Were the street races associated with games? Well, in Portland, like, a lot of these street races usually are kind of, like, affiliated with different, like, little groups. Like, they don't really have, like, at least, I'm sure they have names for themselves, but, I'm not aware of, like, what names, these little groups or gangs might have. But there's, like, little, like, illegal street racers, and a lot of them would have, little, like, groups or teams, like any other official sport would, like, would have, in a way. And, they would have their, drivers and their cars and shit, and they would compete with other groups or gangs and shit with their drivers and their cars and shit. And that's where, a lot of this competition comes from with illegal street racers and basically trying to, like, one-up their, street drifting capabilities and shit around here. It's gotten so bad, they're not just going through Portland, but also expanding out in the greater Portland metro area, including up the roads by my work and shit. Because I saw a few of these guys scouting the roads around here to see if they're, race worthy enough. Because also a lot of the side roads tend to be very dark And it's very easy to lose cops there. Especially if you have a low-profile little racy car that's very fast, and you got little clip plates that you could clip off, with a press of a button, and just turn off your lights and just sneak through these little neighborhood streets. You could lose a cop easy, not that hard. I already know. I already can tell how these guys would operate, and they would get away fucking easy. And so basically, they can get away with racing around here, if they knew what they're doing, and they do. And that's the fucking problem. I mean, it's like, the cops do have funding and the manpower to deal with it. They just choose not to because they're basically doing soft protests and shit. At least, Milwaukee PD, not really. They actually do some of their shit. In fact, they actually just busted a fucking, 8 pedos and shit that were trying to lure children around here. Like, honestly, I'll get into that for a second, in a minute. But, at least with, around here with the Milwaukee PD, they kind of do their job at least, and it's just like, they got their fucking problems, and I legit have, issues with them, but they at least will, do something every now and then, occasionally, but Portland Police Bureau, they do fucking barely anything, and it's despicable. And it's just it's all because they just don't want accountability. That's it. They just don't want to be held accountable. And that's all why they basically do soft protests and do fuck all when it comes to it. Lol pedos. Yeah, I'll get into this in a second. I understand if it's sociopatous isn't fuck schools that do this. If you grew up going to school like this, say yep. Luckily, I did not have to go to school like this. Our schools will close down around here if it's like that, but I would walk around in the snow like that, though, because it'd be fun. Rocket launchers, we don't have pedos in South Carolina. I mean, honestly, dude, I didn't really necessarily think I would have them around here. Here, let me get into this. So, there was straight up, pedos that were caught and arrested in a child alluring sting, where law enforcement was impersonating minors, to lure, pedophiles in local areas to arrest them and, charge them, blah, 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 right? Actually, law enforcement legitimately, rare time where they're doing actual good shit, this is where I think what law enforcement should be doing, at least one of the things that they should be doing, and they recently caught 8 of them, and let me try to actually find an article about this, because I think it would actually be important to kind of find that. So, there's actually a whole arc to this. There's actually a beginning and today, from what I understand, an actual end to this, when it comes to at least very local from what I'm talking about. But here, let me just find this article. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, right here, I think. Yeah, right here. 8 arrested in Clackamas County. Online child sex luring sting. Yep. An undercover child sex luring sting has ended up with 8 people arrested in Clackamas County. Yay! According to Milwaukee PD. See, rare time we're around. See, the reason why at least I've talked multiple times on stream about the Milwaukee Police Department, and I'm actually at least somewhat neutral with. I still, like I said, have issues with them, but I'm at least somewhat neutral because they actually do their job every now and then, and they're not absolute fucking pieces of fucking shit and assholes. They're actually. There's a few people that are legitimately decent people within the ranks. I know a couple of them, and they, aren't, shitbags. They're not, the PD is not as corrupt as other departments, luckily, I would think. Obviously, they still are, to an extent. There's still problems with them, but when it comes to, oh, we're just gonna fucking, shoot you or indiscriminately fucking stop you because of this or that, they're not that bad of that shit. In fact, they don't have any issues when it comes to like shootings necessarily, or like shooting people. They do have an issue with doing traffic stops predominantly more against black and Latino and minority people and shit in comparison to white folks, but I mean, that's really kind of their racial bias. It's basically that. Because they like, Milwaukee PD, the one thing I really hate about them is they love to fucking ticket people. Like, that is their bread and butter. They love to fucking, like, you know, pull people over for traffic violation bullshit. That is their bread and butter, and that's how they fucking, you know, basically make their quota. So, that's essentially where a lot of the racial discriminatory shit comes from with Milwaukee PD, is basically their love for traffic quotas. Like, that's their shit. You know, like, they don't really give that much of a shit about anything else as long as they can make their fucking traffic shit. Like, that's their bread and butter, and it's annoying. Like, I can't tell you how many, like, there's at least, like, 1 or 2 times a week I'm seeing, you know, Milwaukee PD pull somebody over, frankly, for some bullshit. Like, I can just tell, it's like, oh, this person, like, did a, quote, like, not even a California roll, like, stopped, and then, like, for half a second, and then turned a corner, and then the cop is like, nope. It's like, dude, it's like, I'm looking at that, and I've seen this happen, and that guy's getting pulled over. I'm like, that's some bullshit. It's like, nah. Like, that wasn't some California roll, and I guarantee that's what the cop's gonna tell that person, and didn't do a complete stop. Even with my own damn eyes, I could tell that person did a complete stop, even though it was for like 1 second or less. It's like, it was still a complete stop. I still, you know, could see the, you know, head turn, and then they can go forward. It's like, oh, just because they didn't stop for like 5 seconds or something. It's like, I mean, you know, it's like, Milwaukee PD, that's their bread and butter. That's what they love to do. And if you happen to be Hispanic or black while doing it, then it's like, ooh. Then it gets their jollies off a little more. So, you know, luckily it's not that bad, but it's still bad. Just saying. But anyway, to continue here, according to officers, undercover investigators use a variety of social media sites to post as boys and girls under the age of 15. That's, like, and honestly, knowing this, you know, this type of shit is pretty fucking, like, So the MPD said during the investigation, the suspects contacted fake minors, arranged to meet for sex. When they arrived and said, "We're arrested and taken into custody." The following 8 people were arrested and charged with felony crimes for luring minor and online corruption of a child in first degree. And here's all of the names. And there's going to be one name I'm going to have specifically stand out here. So there's going to be Brett Bauman, 25 of Portland, Senric Nigbur. I'm not kidding. That is his last name, Nigbur. It's Nigbur. That is his last name. Don't get at me. Get at that fucking family dynasty of sadness and sin. So anyway, Senric Nigbur, 27 of Tigard, Manuel Valencia, 25 Vancouver, Washington boy, Nathan Parisi, 20 of San Jose, California, Richard Mendez, 29 of Gresham, Richard McGinnis, 29 of Oregon City, Sean Sexton, remember that, 53 of Milwaukee, Jeremy Finchner, 35 of Oregon City. Investigators are concerned that there may be more victims of these 8 people, and honestly, when it comes to someone like Sean Sexton, this guy owned a restaurant, and not just like anywhere. This restaurant happens to be between 2 fucking schools, and right across the church, where, frankly, I remember growing up at and going to one of these fucking schools, and this little corner area is frankly always used to be a different little place, and eventually became like, I think called like the Ovation or some shit. And basically it was like a little, you know, French modern restaurant now at this point. That's what it is now, or something like that. But basically, like, this dude was a co-owner of this fucking place, or, you know, and he basically, as far, you know, essentially was used as a front to be in between 2 schools who were minors, between, like, very young, because one of them is a private school, and basically, essentially, had like ages from like 8 to 10, 13, 14, about, give or take, somewhere around there, I think. And then there's the high school, which is one I went to. And it's just like, this is a dude who's lived here and who is a resident in this town who decided to set up shop where he has these very specific sexual interests, where there's high traffic of kids at certain times of the year, at certain times of the day. Where, you know, maybe some of them might go in there at the restaurant to eat. In fact, not even the other day, yesterday, when I was checking out the reviews of the place, the most recent review I saw was the owner of the place was looking at my child a little strangely, but the Bloody Mary was great. Such a weird review, but I shit you not, that's how it was verbatim. The owner of the place was looking at my child strangely, my young child strangely, which, what does that imply? And hey, the Bloody Mary was good though. So hey, at least it was a good Bloody Mary. And the thing is, though, this is like actually a decently high reviewed fucking place. Like, it's actually respected, and the employees and the workers there and shit legit have like, you know, like kind of like a rapport, you know, with the community and shit, including this guy. And he was very fucking close, you know, as a pedophile and a predator to kids and shit. And you want to know the fuck thing about all this type of shit is, though? Is that when you got like these far-right extremists, you know, calling people who are of the LGBTQ, including me, you know, as groomers and shit, but you got like these motherfuckers who are basically just, you know, who can take root, and if anything, probably feel more emboldened to take root because, you know, the fucking, you know, lookout is off of them and instead on the LGBT community. So these motherfuckers take advantage of this type of shit. They exploit the fact that, oh, they're not looking at me now because I'm not gay or anything, even though I, you know, like, you know, prey on kids and shit. It's like, you know, they're going to be looking at them, not me. So I feel more emboldened to go out there and maybe look out a little more and be a little have a little bit of admiration. Maybe set up shop a little closer. It's just like, it's fucking sinister shit, dude. Because it's just like, and from my understanding, actually to an arc to this, you know, from my understanding earlier today, I found out that the other owner actually absolutely cut ties and said, we are no longer, not even gonna, like, be affiliated or even discuss this motherfucker anymore. Like, we're done. Like, he's gone. And good. I'm glad, you know, like, it's the other owner and the rest of the management and the workers are like, we need to make this a safe place again. Like, this is fucked. Like, we had this guy taking root, you know, within our own shop, and it's just like, and he was a co-owner, and that says something too a little bit, because that guy, being a co-owner, knew that location. He knew where he was setting that place up. That was a front for him. That business was meant to be a front for his sexual desire and shit to prey on children. And it's just like, oh, but some kid being gay maybe is the problem. You know, it's like, that's where the real groomers are. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? They're like right outside of school setting up shops and whatever the fuck. It's like, it's these motherfuckers and shit. It's just like, no. It's like, look more closer to home instead of like, you know, some gay dude, you fucking bastard. It's like, I mean, this shit, you know, can set up shop anywhere. And it's like, and the thing is, so that business had a pro-LGBT pride flag on the outside of the building, which made it more disgusting to me. It's not because that was there, but because knowing that motherfucker was a co-owner of this business, and that's some of the stuff that's, you know, on the outside. What do you think the far right's gonna think? They're going to scapegoat, you know, queer community, you know, the queer folks and queer community, you know, thinking, oh, he's, you know, a part of, you know, the LGBT now, you know, because look what's on the front of it. He was trying to advertise that way or whatever because of their fucking weird, demented, you know, ideas of what, like, is going on when it comes to, like, child predation and shit. It's just like, what the fuck? I mean, I think honestly for me, what gets me a little fucked up about it is how so close to home it really is. Because, like, knowing that, you know, like, unfortunately, like, there are going to be people who are going to see this locally around here and be more emboldened to go after queer folk, you know, around here and shit, is what kind of scares me a little bit about it. It's like, I mean, and I don't know, like, I mean, that's what kind of freaks me out a little with it. It's that when you get these type of pieces of shit who are caught, and, you know, and one of them is an owner of a business, and some of it is like, hey, we're, you know, a very, you know, inclusive, you know, business. We're open to anybody and everybody, you know, or, you know, like, and they have like a pride flag out and stuff like that. And then one of these motherfuckers is like this. It's like, oh no, that's bad, because you're gonna get so many far right motherfuckers who might legit do harm to the business. And if anything, they need, you know, if anything, the business needs to be rehabilitated. Like, and if anything, they already have been doing that, and they have proven that. And it's like, and I admire that about them. It's like, no, we're done with this motherfucker. It's like, and honestly, even the dude Sean Sexton himself literally made a statement. In fact, hold on, let me find it, because I screen capped it. Because it's honestly a little weird. Oh, here it is. So it says, so, you know, this, you know, the vision is blah, blah, blah. It's many people. We have several owners. Well, 2 owners mainly. Him and one other dude. And many employees. I'm resigning from my position due to a misunderstanding, the circumstances of which may throw shadow on the community restaurant everyone enjoys. It's like, misunderstanding, huh? Really? That's what you're gonna fucking call it? I mean, it's like, honestly, what baffles me is he made a statement about it. It's like, I myself, being caught with this shit, is gonna make a statement myself and be misunderstanding. Nah, bro, you were fucking caught. You were caught because the fucking law was suspect of you, because they caught wind of your ass. And that does harm to people, you know, within the queer community, you know, to people like me, and to everybody in this fucking town. Because it could potentially legitimately bring violence to this fucking place. Unironically. I mean, it's like when you get like some far-right neo-Nazi fucking, you know, like anti-LGBT, anti-groomer fucking freak who might try to, you know, like do a firebomb or do some other shit because, uh-oh, you know, look, see, the groomers have taken root here, or whatever the fuck, you know? It's like, what, It's like, this shit's fucking, It's freaky. And frankly, it's why, especially, I think, you know, I think, you know, one thing I want to, I guess, say is, like, I mean, when it comes to this queer community, when locally within their neighborhoods, within their own town, when these people are caught, I mean, they obviously, one, need to be named and shamed, and two, like, you know, for the business themselves to, you know, and community overall, name these people directly and specifically target that. It's just like, I mean, because if not, like, it gets bad. And, you know, and that's why, you know, blatant, you know, just random accusations and shit. Like, oh, there's a drag event. Oh, there must be a bunch of pedophiles there. It's like, you know, blatant accusation shit is what leads to, you know, a lot of these fucking problems. And it also leaves a stain, you know, to a lot of these, you know, fuck business shit. You know, because then it says, oh, you know, it's like, you know, there might be this thing, even if there might legit have been an instance of that, and they fucking get them out, and they cut total ties and remove them entirely from the business and everything. It's like, even if that's the case, it's like people are going to still think, oh, there's still like a little like operation going on there, and they're still going to think, you know, there's a problem. And what's that say, you know, for the workers and for the management that's there, that, you know, aren't like that motherfucker that was caught? It's like, it puts them at risk. I mean, it's just like, it's why these type of people are legit, like, not just a risk, you know, to just kids, but to an entire fucking community. And I mean by that, just, you know, within the town or the wherever fucking residence they reside in and shit, wherever in this country. It's like they're harm to everybody. Like, whether they're just, like, the average Joe, the child, you know, especially, you know, because of, you know, that's their target, you know, when it comes to queer folk, and when it comes to anybody. It's like, it harms everyone when it comes to their fucking actions and shit. Drug cartel, that prostitute. Dude, honestly, I would not even be surprised if there's, like, some crazy Pentecostal, like, Alabama church doing shit like that or something. That, like, kidnaps fucking, like, kids and does shit like that. I would not be surprised. Like, there's fucking, like, like, Scientology, for example, has been, like, suspected, and frankly, as far as I'm concerned, is doing human trafficking and slave shit. I mean, I think, honestly, it's like an open fact, like an open secret thing. Like, I mean, like, there are definitely religious organizations, especially if they're, like, you know, smaller, local, and can kind of hide it a little bit. Oh, I guarantee you they're doing shit like this. Like, I mean, honestly, I bet, without a shadow of a doubt, there's at least, like, a good 10% of, like, churches, you know, just any church, like, in the South specifically, that are either doing, like, meth lab shit, human trafficking shit, or, like, child trafficking shit. Like, I mean, like, 10% on each of these little categories. Like, guaranteed, at least on one way, shape, or form. And that's another thing, too. It's just like, I wonder what the politics of Sean Sexton would be like, you know, like, with him. I'm sure he'd be more of, like, a more, like, neo-lib conservative type of mind, where it's like, oh, you know, we need to have, you know, like, a good moral purity and, you know, a more socially, like, centrist conservative, you know, mindset with things, and, you know, be inclusive, but make sure things are not too degenerate now, you know. It's like, we can't have things be too, like, dark or whatever, while he's holding this dark secret in his fucking soul. It's like, ugh. I mean, just, like, I think that's what gets my grip a bit with this. Is that this harms fucking everybody, and I already know what some of the ramifications, even for the business, you know, could be. Because I've seen some reviews, I've seen some pictures of some of their food. It looks good. Like, honestly, the business itself looks like a pretty decent place, you know, to go get some food. Frankly, it looks overpriced, to be honest. Like, I saw some of the prices on the menu. It's like, okay. I'll probably eat there, like, maybe once, you know, just because, you know, a little overpriced. But, you know, hey, I mean, for what it's worth, though, it looks like at least it's good quality food. I mean, it's like, there obviously is something to the place, you know, people like it, it's respected. And that's the thing, like, you know, in a way, like, you know, they always want to try to find the most, when it comes to, like, you know, a child predator, they always have to have, like, some, you know, very respectable veneer, you know, to, like, present with, you know, to be like, I'm the good guy. And it's just like, and that's kind of the freaky shit about it. And usually it's more closer to the family more so than outside of it, but a lot of these people do branch off and go after, you know, gullible kids, and, you know, that might be, you know, out and about, you know, because, you know, even, you know, to them, that maybe their familiars aren't enough in their mind. And that's some freaky shit. Not, you know, because honestly, when it comes to a lot of child abuse, it does primarily come from either, you know, within the family or from church. Honestly, that's where it primarily comes from the most. Like, and, you know, sometimes you'll find these little rings of dudes, and, you know, that are getting together and shit like this. You know, that happened here when these motherfuckers are caught. Like, but I mean, it's like a lot of them are probably preying on their own fucking family members, you know, and with who are minors and shit before they were, you know, branching off, and that's the scary fucking part. And that's why, you know, at least the end of the article that was mentioned in it, it's like, I mean, you know, investigators are concerned that there definitely can be more victims from those 8 people, just because, you know, they caught him now. Especially with Sean Sexton being 53, and these other dudes are in their 20s, and the other dude was 35. The rest of them are in their 20s. And it's like, they most likely probably do have, you know, other victims. I mean, especially, you know, the 53 and 35-year-old, Jeremy Fisher and Sean Sexton. So it's like, you know, those motherfuckers definitely got more victims. It's like, ugh. It's fucking freaky. Because I know what I know what the flames, get fueled, when it comes to this shit. I know what gets fueled with this, and it's not good. Because a lot of the right, and frankly, I think a lot of it's just projection, want to basically, use this as a scapegoat, towards others, as a way to, try to be the good moral good. It's like, it's not how you do it. Frankly, as you have to just leave that to the law enforcement. When they do get caught, you just name and shame the fuck out of them. And publicly, make sure everyone knows who the fuck they are and where they are and shit. No matter what, at that point. Because at that rate, they're just kind of public enemy number one when it comes to the harm they could potentially do. So, yeah, name, shame, and shun them. As far as I'm concerned, Sean Sexton is no longer welcome in Milwaukee, and I recognize his face. And frankly, I'm pretty sure I've served him at my department in my store before. And it's like, if I see him again, there ain't no way fucking hell I'm, gonna be serving him shit. If he happens to be, walking around free. Which I don't think he is now. But I'm sure they'll be given a time where he's released and all this other bullshit. Serving what? Sean Sexton. Here, let me see if I can find the mugshots so I can show you what he looks like. I guess this article doesn't show it. Let me find the article that does show them. Let's see. Where did the article go? There's another article that, I think here. Does it show the mugshots? Yep, they do. Here we go. This did not, yo! What the fuck? It's asking for, like, a subscription now. What? Huh? Get back. No. No, I just want a mugshot. That's literally what I want. This had the mugshot. I just want to click that. It won't let me click it. Fuck you. Oh, here we go. Will this give me that? Please, I just want mugshots. That's all I care about. Nope. Fuck. Give me a goddamn mugshot, son of a bitch. You know what? I bet if I looked on images. Nope. Oh my god. Oh, whatever. Are we talking about what we could be focused on? SJW is trying to cancel it on. It's a real problem facing us as society. Oh my fucking god. Yeah, SJ is trying to cancel. Good. You know what? Like, if that's the problem with society, then, you know what? Let society crumble. Elon Musk has no fucking friends. Nazis don't like him. Liberals don't like him. Leftists sure as shit don't like him. No one likes him right now, besides other billionaire rich cocksuckers. So, I mean, it's like, pretty much everyone else below him, though, fucking hates him. And I'm okay with that. He doesn't have many friends. Apparently he tweeted, like, himself being like, oh yeah, I'm a badass, and he tweeted a gun or something like that. I'm just like, you're a bitch. Elon Musk, you're a bitch. It's like, you think anyone's scared of you because you got, like, some little bitch-made little 9 next to your fucking, like, bedside or some shit at Twitter HQ, you little pussy? Like, fuck off. Like, you haven't even, I guarantee he hasn't even touched that. He made some handler place it there. Like, I guarantee you that motherfucker hasn't touched a firearm in his life. It's like, oh, you want to flex that you have one by your bed? It's like, it's like, give me a break. I'm supposed to believe Elon Musk has touched a gun, let alone shot one. people were arguing whether it was a real gun. You know what? It probably wasn't. It probably legitimately wasn't. It was probably an airsoft gun, likely. I mean, honestly, you're right. It probably, I mean, I haven't seen the picture. Like, I've just heard of it from the grapevine, but I believe it, and I know it's real because enough people have talked about it. So, I mean, he's just a bitch, bro. He'll probably end up shooting himself in the Lego fit. Dude, please, I want that. It's like, I'm Elon Musk. Look at me, try to be like some, James Bond spy. Oh, fuck, I shot my leg. Oh! It's like, good, you little fucking degenerate, little bitch. A Bond movie-style combat duel, Bezos. Dude, he would, like, get in a mech suit and fucking obliterate Musk. Well, the guns melee or ball. Dude, Bezos. Bezos is actually kind of fit. The dude be like, Daddy, help! Dude, that would be Musk. Daddy, please bail me out! Oh, God! Oh, oh my lord. Bezos versus Musk versus Zuckerfuck 3-way. I am in favor of this 100%. I am absolutely in favor of this. Can we have this? Can we do this? Bezos and Musk team up to take down Zuckerberg. I feel like Bezos and Zuckerberg would team up to take down Musk. Little shredders. Little shredders. Oh my god! I bought a condominium. It's not worth it. Still in a very good condition. Friendly price. Oh my god. They obliterated the fuck. Oh my god. You got this cat. And then he got a kitten. Yo. This motherfucker did most of the damage. I guarantee it. This is the guy that did all the damage. This cat's like, don't look at me, bro. I didn't do shit, fam. I didn't do shit. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I swear. Those cats are part Tasmanian devil. Probably. The kitten. It's the kitten, dude. When in doubt, blame the kitten. Bezos Bendis look like John Delaney. It probably does. Elon Musk's dick probably looks like a bunch of fucking russet potatoes, like just shriveled up, yeah, and looking like a bunch of raisins, just like that been left out in the sun, just all like, just like stretched out like a spaghettification, next to a black hole, like that's basically what's going on there. Did that make sense? Probably not, but I don't care, fuck you. Thinking about the time Nick Fuentes got extremely mad and confused when he opened up a burger upside down. What the fuck is this, McDonald's? Yo, wait, no. You opened it up upside down, you dumb Nazi, you little faggot. Like, you opened it upside down, you little bitch. You little fuck. Oh my god. I wouldn't even dignify you with a hate fuck, you little sad bitch. I literally would not dignify Nick Fuentes with a hate fuck. I wouldn't even give him that fucking respect. Or I guess disrespect. Fuentes, why are there W's on my M&Ms? Why are there W's on my M&Ms? Is this a new woke agenda? Instead of M&Ms, they're trying to say that it is womans. They're trying to say it's all women now. Ugh, gay. It's like, wow. I guarantee you that's exactly what he's thinking. It's like, why are there W's on the M&Ms? Are they trying to say that are they women and women's? Huh. Wow, what homosexual woke agenda narrative bullshit is this? It's supposed to be man on man, sir. That's the real straight, traditionalist way. No one has fucked me ever. Please. I'm Nick Fuentes. Help me. I'm desperate for any attention. This basically is just like what I wish is that was literally Nick Fuentes in a nutshell, but unfortunately that is not Nick Fuentes in a nutshell. Because Nick Fuentes in a nutshell is far more sinister or powerful than that, sadly. Because he's basically had the biggest platform in a while, and it's fucking insane. Like, ugh. I hate that bastard. That's how he made his fortune. Wait, it stands for old George W. That's why it's how he made his fortune. Reminds me of the guy calling Tesco customer service because he opened his pizza upside down. Wait, that actually happened? What the hell? A bubble fermented necrotic. I'm not reading the rest of that. I'm just going to stop reading the rest of that. Fuck. I don't believe it. This sounds way too friendly for that place. I went to Ohio once and a 7-year-old smoking a cigarette told me to go fuck myself. A 7-year-old smoking a cigarette told me to go fuck yourself. Hey, welcome to Ohio, little piece of shit. Go fuck yourself. This fucking Ohio, you little bitch. Welcome to fucking Ohio, you little piece of shit. Fuck you, asshole. Judge man, an actual definition of woke, the belief there is systemic injustice in American society, and he addressed them. A judge man, an actual definition of woke, the belief there are. Yeah, oh, wait, was that his. Wait, what? Okay, hold on. Wait, so what did he say? Someone look upon which that's why I dreamed that I wish it never was, and ask why not.
Strange and vague. Are we dead? Or is this Ohio?
You're not dead.
Wait.
All is strange and vague. Are we dead? Or is this Ohio?
You're not dead.
You're not dead. That was the definition DeSantis' lawyer gave. The belief there is systemic injustice in America's society and needs to address them. Well, if that is wokeness, then Ron DeSantis should probably just like delete himself, because he's literally standing in the way of that. Which I think, yeah, hence the quiet part being said out loud, right? You know, because he's a Nazi. Zukov, why do you do this? Why are you doing these things? Little sack of bitch. Oh, what's wrong with you? A little stretch. A little starts of bubble. Look at you. A little goober. There you go. Eh. I mean, it's just like, this is that little rap bastard. It's just like, I mean, he basically is a lot more of a sinister version of like the Trump ideology, honestly, because he's a lot more smart, more competent, and more sophisticated, and knows how to make that digestible for the nation. So it's like, oh, well, he's civil, he can't be that bad. You know, so all those libs, you know, can basically, you know, give the benefit of the doubt, and he can get away with a lot of shit doing that, because he has a civility, which is why I fucking despise civility politics, because, like, oh, yeah, let's enable this, because civility, it's like, fuck off. It's like, civility politics needs to be dead. It needs to be buried, finally. It's like it's 6 feet under already. We just haven't buried it yet. It's like, can we just bury it? It's like civility politics is not what gets us, you know, progress. If anything, it seems to digress away, from progress, because of civility. So, not fond of that. I prefer things that get me results more so than just, like, civility to have a back and forth with people that literally will rather see me dead. So, read about a guy camping in the Southwest. A tarantula hawk wasp got inside a sling bag and popped. Ow! Why you just like why blur? Ow! I don't need to hurt my fucking. I feel like the telepathic injury from that, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I'm like. What the hell? Tarantula hawks are like deprived, just demons of evil. It's like how dare they just like try to force their way on us like that? Like I know you don't need to tell me. Stop. Ah! Kinkora JFS is my favorite locale. Who? I mean, I don't watch any of these, like, locale shit, so I'm not gonna know, like, any of these dudes. I mean, the only, I guess I know the one everyone knows about, like, Christian. I mean, I just hate even mentioning that. And, there's also, like, Aked. There's Brett King. Like, there's a lot of locales I'm aware of. Boogie is another one. I just do not pay attention to any of that shit because I know exactly what they want, and then it's the attention. So, well, honestly, like, Christian's not really looking for attention. That person's just straight mentally ill, needs to be in like in a home somewhere. Honestly, like, I'm just seriously, like, they need to be away from like everything internet, and just be professionals looking over that person, because that's the only thing that they need. Probably seen Gothic King Cobra, like, I mean, maybe, but like I said, I don't pay attention to these dudes, so either, like, I know them just because they were that, like, kind of a big name or whatever, or, just, I don't, because, they eventually fall off, and I just don't know them, because I don't usually watch that shit, because it's not really my thing at this point anymore. I guess there was a point where I was into it, but not really anymore. If anything, I just kind of feel bad for the person who's the locale, really. I guess depending on who they are. Because some people know that they are and just take advantage of it and manipulate people with it. And they're kind of shitbags for that. Like Boogie, for example. Kind of a shitbag. But, you know, some of them are just legit people who are absolutely taken advantage of and are, like, basically manipulated and abused by people on the internet. And it's like, I just don't want to be around that. I don't want to be a part of that. It's like, ugh. It leaves a bad taste in my mouth and it just feels gross. Quarter 1 Christian letters, he and I. Like, dude, see, this is what I mean. Like, I don't need to know that, and I don't care to, because, like, I don't want, like, I mean, that's just shit that the internet, you know, just, like, manipulates of this, you know, out of this fucking dude. And I guarantee you probably isn't genuine and that isn't serious. But he's... Yes, you do. No, I'm not. Like, I don't like the fact that, like, you know, Chris Strand gets manipulated and abused the way he does like this and shit. You know, like, because of, like, the result of it. Like, I mean, it's, it's not a good taste in my mouth. It says it's true, I assume it is. I would never assume anything that person says is true. Because I'm pretty sure they're also, like, schizophrenic. Like, they're not a mentally well person. Like, I would not believe anything that person says, because a lot of it, you know, is also, like, manipulation, you know, by, you know, agitators from the internet that fuck with them. Or her, or whatever, like... That's the thing, like, I mean, that's another element of it. It's like, you know, Chris Chan says they're Christine Chan now, but it's just like, is that just manipulation from the internet fucking with this person, or is that a genuine thing? Sure or not, it's a good story. I guess you and I got a different definition of a good story then, I guess. Because I just see it as just a sad fucking tragedy, and just a depressing story, not a good one. I mean, because it's just like, I don't know. I mean, I guess I just see it, you know, in a way of, like, you know, like how, you know, someone who just obviously needs, you know, proper treatment and shit just gets easily manipulated and shit. And I think it's just, like, I think a good case example, and a very well documented one, where it's just like, you know, this is what happens when basically the worst of society manipulates somebody into some crazy shit. I mean, it just kind of shows what, like, you know, society could do to a person, you know, when it comes to just, like, fucking with somebody. And it's a tragedy. It's disturbing in a lot of ways, honestly. Palahniuk novel? Chuck Palahniuk? Or Palahniuk? I don't even know who that is, and I'm probably not sure if I want to know.
Fuck life.
What's up?
I'm just disappointed about my car. It's fucking bullshit. Does work.
Boring as shit. It was dead as fuck. To help the selves, capitalist democracy, avoid us at the freedom's free. Maybe liberty helps away, and teach us this America way.
We had a fucking idea that it would be my gas cap. Fucking checked all that. Fine.
Well, if you at least can check it out on CarMax for free, then I check
it's all covered under the 30-day policy.
That's what I mean, yeah.
But if it's going to be a fucking reoccurring thing with this car, then I might as well just get rid of it. If I have the option to. You know,
I mean,
have high
imagine.
hopes for the car getting.
I mean, I imagine
better.
it's not really a bad issue. I mean, has it been operating badly or anything like that, or
No, it drove home fine.
did it might be just maybe just something minor, maybe a small thing, you know, that's not a big deal. I mean,
Everything's covered, which is
yeah.
freaking great. I'm glad
So-
I got that fucking.
Right, yeah. So, I mean, if it's a check engine, but it's not like, you know, acting bad, you know, with driving, then the engine might be alright.
Yes.
It might just be maybe like a loose thing, maybe, and all, you know, there might be just like some small but very simple easy fix where it doesn't have a big impact on it driving around or anything.
No, I can drive it fine.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, obviously, you don't have issues with it driving around right now, but obviously, check engine light obviously means you probably want to check it, so there's something up, but...
I checked my oil, and my oil is fine.
Well, there'll be a check oil light at that point, if it was oil.
No, idiot lights are the same. Basically, what I read in my manual, it says, if check engine light comes on, take it to the nearest Volkswagen dealer. There's nothing fucking out here! And I'm not gonna go to Volkswagen and have them throw me
No
out
shit.
the fucking ass for the fucking to figure it out. I can go to CarMax and they'll fucking run a diagnosis. Which I gotta call tomorrow and I'm gonna make an appointment for fucking Tuesday. So I'm kind of pissed. Because it didn't happen until I got over here.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? It couldn't happen when I was up there? But I realized that they're not up on Saturday or something, so I'm just like, alright, cool. Oh, it was fucking cold as fuck this morning.
Yeah, it was snowing a little bit last night.
Fucking snowed this morning at third.
Yeah, it was snowing. It started around 3 in the morning. The only reason why I know, because I took a little night walk last night.
Why did you take night walks?
Well, actually, the main reason why I did was because I wanted to check out this place that had a co-owner that was caught with 8 other people in a child luring sting. And the dude was Sean Sexton. He was co-owner of this little like bistro place that was like in downtown Milwaukee and shit. And yeah, and I kind of wanted to check it out and whatever because I heard about about that news and shit. And I actually made a couple little signs and stuff because I put a couple of signs being like, hey, you know, like, shun this person, you know, this is the co-owner of this place, you know, this, you know, someone who's not welcome here and blah blah blah, you know. So I put, you know, I kind of, you know, I guess in a way did my own little community action with it, I suppose. But it's just like, you know, like I put some signs out and being like, you know, this is, you know, like there was somebody here, you know, like, and this is the person and shun this guy, you know. And also I heard, you know, earlier today
So
that
you know him?
no, the guy was, you know, Sean Sexton. Well, honestly, like, I probably, and you may have too, like, I mean, he was a local here, and, was somebody that was a resident here, and, you know, like, you know, it's like, I honestly recognized the face, and he was somebody that, you know, would, you know, like, I you know, I remember at least, you know, probably would come into our store and shit, and grab groceries, whatever the fuck. Including at our department, and honestly, I recognized the face, so, and there was like 8 other, or 7 other dudes, and, one of them was from San Jose, California, another one's from Oregon City, another guy was from Vancouver, but a lot of them were from Portland, and it's just like, a lot of them were in their 20s, like in, like, 25, 27, 29, Sean Sexton was 53, and the guy from Oregon City was, I think, 35. So it's like all these young dudes, and you got like this older guy who probably was kind of the ringleader a little bit, I would imagine, you know, because he's the older, more, quote, experienced dude. And also he was in the business that he was co-owner of was in between two schools. You know, the public school that I went to, the high school, and then the private school that was next to it.
Oh.
Yeah. And he got caught and has been arrested and shit like that. So, and the business made statements saying they have cut ties as soon as they discovered this information, and, you know, have totally, you know, removed him entirely from all this shit. And, you know, I'm glad, like, because honestly, like, it's, like, I feel bad for the business, honestly, because they have this stain, and I know there's this whole, like, oh, like, you know, the queer community, you know, harbors, like, groomers, blah, 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 and you got this motherfucker who just owns a bistro, and it's like, and, you know, he got, like, you know, different drag events that, you know, all these other things that get, like, targeted and shit, but then he, you know, behind the scenes, you have these things being taken root, and if anything, probably feel emboldened knowing that the, like, you know, watch, you know, or the lookout, you know, when it comes to, like, you know, legitimate predators and groomers and shit, you know, is not on their eyes and on a totally different group, or a totally different, you know, group of people and shit. It's just like, I mean, you know, they get emboldened, and luckily law enforcement, you know, was able to, you know, with their investigation and pretending to be minors, obviously, and, you know, catch these people, was able to bust these motherfuckers and shit, you know. It's just like, I mean, it's, it left a really serious, like, bad taste in my mouth when I found that shit out, because, like, you know, that is very close, you know, to where, I mean, it's where I fucking grew up. Like, my mom's business literally used to be right next door, and it's literally like some fucking, like, physical therapy, like, medicinal therapy place or some shit. It's like a clinic now, but she used to have a place right there, and it used to be like some other cafe, and it alternated into different little, like, you know, bistros or restaurants or cafes, you know, since, but I mean, it's like, I know this little area, and it's like, one of these fucking dudes, you know, took root and was able to kind of, like, set up, like, a little front for himself as, like, one of the co-owners, and just, like, use that as an excuse. Like, obviously, everybody else there, the management and the workers, didn't know this shit, but for him, it was his front, you know, to do this shit. And it's like, what the fuck?
I'm just glad I fucking bought the protection plan for my car.
What was that?
I said I'm glad I bought the protection plan for my car.
Right, yeah.
It was only $50, so everything's covered.
How about the place selling shrooms in Portland? Former employee reveals details about Shroom House's operations.
See, the stupid thing is I wanted to go today, and I realized, fuck, I have to work. And I went, fuck, I'm going to Andrew's mom on Tuesday, and it's like, I gotta get...
I actually might be going to, I might be, checking out an abandoned paper mill out in OC with one of my coworkers.
Oh, OC?
Yeah. There's a paper mill I've told him about because I've been there before, and he's like, yo, I'm gonna hit you up Monday and let you know if I'm free Tuesday and stuff. And I'm like, if you are, then hey, we'll do this. I want to see if I can get one of my other friends to come with me too, because if so, then honestly a little better, because it's better to have multiple people if you're, like, you know, checking out an abandoned place, because you want extra eyes to check out if there's other people that security or, you know, otherwise and shit. You know, so having more eyes, you know, is better. And I've been there with either 2 or 3 people, and honestly, I think 3 people at the paper mill is the best, because you have at least, you know, you and your buddy that can go check out a spot, and one friend is spotting you. And, you know, once you check out the spot, you can have, you know, one of them come down and, you know, be the watchman, and the other guy can go check it out or whatever the fuck, you know, so. And the paper mill is pretty cool. Like, there's a lot of cool shit to check out in there, honestly. And I still want to explore more of it, honestly, so. I don't know, maybe tomorrow I might, you know, check out more of it.
Are you off tomorrow?
Not tomorrow. Why did I say tomorrow? Well, technically tomorrow, Tuesday. Because it is after midnight. Yeah. It's Monday, but Tuesday. On Tuesday. Is the paper mill still up? I thought it was being demolished for a river restoration project. Oh, you're right. It is. if it's still up there, you're right. If it is still there, then we will. Because honestly, I hope it's still there because it's so cool. It's a really cool little bit of history because I grew up when it was still in operation. And it's like, I mean, so I kind of have a little nostalgia with the place. So I definitely want to go inside and check it out one more time before that truly happens, if it hasn't happened yet. I will admit, I don't know if it has been demolished yet, but I guess we'll find out later, later coming this week. Okay, I want another beer. Yeah. Do I want to walk up there and grab one more? I'm tempted. Actually, I'm kind of feeling the mood for it, but I do have to work tomorrow. I got weird hours. I got like a 1 o'clock to 9 o'clock. Like a 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. It's like, what the fuck? I just found that out earlier today. It's like this entire schedule this week is a little weird.
I'm not supposed to work tomorrow, but Zane took my Saturday.
Yeah, I got like 1 to 9s, and then on like, I got split days, so I'm off Tuesday, I'm off Thursday, and I'm working like a 4 to 9. No, wait, I'm off Friday, and I'm working like a 4 to 9 on Saturday. It's like, what the fuck? It's like,
I don't know.
I know, it's so weird. It's like,
I have those days.
I mean, it's, what?
I'm working 5 days this week. I don't fucking care.
I mean, I am too. I just don't like it. I just don't like that as split days. I don't really like that. And also, like, 1 to 9. It's like, well, huh? It's so weird. It's such an off, like...
Fucking days?
Yeah, it's such an off, like, hours. It's like, what? You want us to close at, like, 8 or something? It's like, huh? It's just weird. Because it's like, hey, you want us out by 9 o'clock as closers. So it's like, you want us to close at 8 o'clock? Is that what I'm getting at? Because if so, then that's what I'm going to do. Which, honestly, at least lately, that's what we've been doing. What's up, bro? What's up, baby? Come here. Come here. Hey, puppy. Yeah, baby. Come here. What the hell? Aww. There you go. What a goober. Bring snacks.
My num-nums I bought last week.
Here. Gotta sprinkle it real quick. I'll be right back, yo. Well, what's got you all excited, huh? Oh my goodness. Look, goober. Ugh. Chillin', chillin', chillin'. Yeah.
Still cold.
Hmm?
Still cold.
I know. I know I got a little fuzzy hat right here. Transition of the hats.
I got work tomorrow. I need your help.
Hmm?
So I need your help tomorrow.
With?
I gotta clean my car out.
Getting your what?
Clean my car out.
Oh.
Get everything out of my car just in case I do have to give it back.
Well, I mean, the car ain't even really that messy, though. You just recently...
I just got all my stuff in the back.
Yeah, I mean, you just got it, so, I mean, it's not really like, yeah.
No, I just need to get, like, all my winter gear out and stuff like that. My winter, my blanket.
Yeah.
My trash can, all my stuff from the center console, all my stuff from the fucking glove compartment. My doors. One question I'm going to ask, if this happens again, because I have a 30-day money-back guarantee.
Yeah?
It was a fucking loan, so if I have to fucking get something else at the same price, I'm gonna be pissed.
Well, hopefully it's...
I like my Jetta.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully it's just a minor issue.
Well, it's the weirdest thing is because they always say guaranteed card. Guaranteed on the card. So
Sweet, that came off nice and easy. Oh, your little twist off. How cute. Not like a real fuck man where you have just like... See the bottle opener or you...
Suck my left testicle.
Either it's a bottle opener or you think of creative ways to open a goddamn bottle, okay?
Can you do it with a lighter?
Hmm?
Can you do it with a lighter?
I've never tried that, honestly.
Neither have I. I tried doing it with my... I had a tungsten...
I have a Jarrito, so we could try it later, maybe. See if it works.
I've never had those, and I heard they're really good.
They're so good. That's the strawberry flavor. That's so fucking bomb. Oh, you want it?
No. I've got like 3 of these in my fucking car. Everybody doesn't understand. They're like, why do you buy 4 of them? I'm like, well, let me see. I need one for today. I need one for tomorrow.
Popped the cow with the lighter. Easy. Mornax, you just like drifted in here out of nowhere. I don't know.
Hello.
Also, I don't know why, but like Streamlabs does not recognize you as a view count. It says there's no one watching, but yet you're here.
Would everybody go to bed?
Well, Stefan works, I think. And everybody else, I got no clue. Wedge the bottom corner under the cap. You hold it tight and just slam down the other end of the leverage. That's so weird, lol. Yeah, I mean, here, look.
I've seen people do it.
Yeah. Yeah, here, look, like, this is just literally how my screen is right now. I'm on vacation until the Monday after New Year's as of yesterday. Nice.
That's a long fucking vacation.
Dude, that's a nice long vacay, bro. Fuck yeah, dude. But yeah, I mean, if you notice, like right here on the very top, it says no view count, but yet you're literally here. 0 out. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's so weird. You're here though. That's why I don't trust it. Like, even though every now and then it'll say 0, I know there's at least probably like 1 or 2 lurkers that just literally just listen and that's it. There's always an off chance. Because the view count's never accurate.
You have one viewer, but he's always here.
What?
They said you have one viewer, but he's always fucking here.
Yeah. And I took all of July and August off. But I can only do that every 7 years. Aww.
See my new jacket?
I think.
My camel one?
I think. You have so many camo shit, like, I mean, you just... That was so vague, dude.
Dog?
I can't see it. Oh, that's the inside of it. I can't see it anymore.
What's it?
Was that a little small fuck you?
Yeah, that was. No, it's, it matches Sarah's. That's a fucking price.
Don't you have any heat? This is a garage. Like, the house heat does not go in here.
140 bucks.
Wonderful. Ooh, damn.
But
I have a little space heater for myself.
My store, my Sportsman's, doesn't carry heat.
Aw.
I had to go to Vancouver to get it.
Die hide here out there. Yeah, it's over here. That goes into the house. I have a space heater right here below my feet. Which just warmed the feet up a little bit and stuff like that, but... Space heaters for the rest of the house, though.
You got a fuzzy hat? So do I.
Nice. Fuzzy hat.
Fuzzy hat for the win.
Fuzzy hats are nice and warm. Mine's made out of rabbit fur.
I don't know what the fuck mine's made out of. It just keeps my head fucking warm.
Well, I mean, look at the label of it, because mine says... Further versatility verification, and says 70% rabbit fur, 30% polyester. Polyester holds all the rabbit fur together. Wonder if they sell electric jackets. I think they do.
They do. They're fucking expensive. They're
Yeah, like an electric blanket but in jacket form. Yeah, I think they. Yeah, he's saying they do, but they're expensive as fuck.
They are.
What is it? Wool?
Fucking no, it's just fuzzy and fucking warm as fuck.
Heat holder, but it's 100% polyester. This is literally like even the fluff is polyester.
Yeah.
That's all nothing but polyester there, son.
The good thing about these.
See, mine's 30%. Mine's mostly rabbit fur.
Well, it kind of matches my style.
Well, I mean, this is like a black and gray one. Like, this can fit with anything. It's meant to, like, you can match this with literally anything.
It looks black and brown.
Brown? Honestly, it's probably because I've worn this literally since 2018 when I bought the fucking thing. Especially during winter. It's probably gotten, like, you know, some use out of it because of that. But, I mean, it's meant to be more of like a grayish white. Looks brown to me. Okay, that's because of the lighting around here, okay? Like, I mean...
If I would have bought that jacket at Sportsman's here, 120 bucks. Taxes.
Ugh. I mean, it's obviously like a black and grayish. Like, okay, maybe there is a little brown in it. I don't know. Like,
okay, you want to hear the photo thing today? Okay. I was at Sarah's. Mail came today. I got my plates. and then McCartan did this. But it also took a main voyage to Hood River Saturday.
Sounds like a little fun trip.
Well, Sarah was doing 75 the whole fucking way. Well, she found my cruise control. I don't use my cruise control at all. That's my cruise control.
The foot.
My foot.
Your black little foot. How's this look brown though?
Probably the lighting.
It honestly has to be the lighting. Because...
Or it's just a really dark gray.
I mean, it is. Like, there's a lot of black, you know, especially when you, like, you know, look deep in, you know, like, the tips of it is where all the color is. The tip of the fur. So, that's... I mean, I've seen Icelandic rabbits. They do have brown and tan and, like, beige colors and cream colors to them and stuff like that. So, like, you know, Icelandic rabbits, you know, they come in different colors, and this is just one of the different furs, you know, that, you know, come with it. So, I mean, maybe there's, like, a small tinge of brown, I mean, at this point, probably because, like I said, I've worn it for so long that, like, my human body oils and stuff have just, like, intermingled, and plus it's just been exposed to the environment everywhere, you know, like, including in here, the smoke dens, so, you know, it's like, it's been exposed to various environments at this point, so I'm sure it's kind of, like, absorbed, you know, a slight tinge, you know, because of that, too. Part of me wants another beer, but do I really want one?
You really want to walk in the cold weather?
I mean, I could muster it out, especially with this warm fuzzy hat. I got the money for it, so I got plenty of that shit, especially with Thanksgiving and with that paycheck, so... Huh?
Watch my shows.
You gonna watch a what?
My shows.
Your shows. You gonna watch some shows, huh?
Yo ho.
The show hoes? The shows that follow the hose? Is that what's going on? Wow. And I'm not invited. Zukov wants to go over there. He's like, I'm gonna go see where he's going. I want to investigate and be with him. Little Zukov. A little attention whore is what he is. I actually have, like, super adorable pictures of him. Adorable little pictures of this little bastard. Oh, see what I mean? Look at this bye-bye, just being a little sleepy boy. I mean, how can you just hate on a little sleep boy like that? Oh my goodness. Oh, and then he got this, just a smiley little face. Oh my goodness, just this bye-bye. And look at that, look at the Sweetums himself. Oh, he's just a handsome baby. He looks like a dork. He is a dork. Dude, this dog is a goddamn dork, bro. And then earlier today, bonk. This absurd ball. Like, what is that face even? What? Just what a goober. He's just so cute. Look at his little ball. This is little ball sweetness. Oh. Too goddamn cute. Too cute for his own goddamn good. It's just too sweet. He's just too adorable. He has no right to be as cute as he is. It's like, how dare he be as cute as he looks? It's like a goddamn crime, dude. A crime, I say. You're a human rights violation, you piece of shit. Just being too goddamn cute for your own fucking good. It's like, you son of a bitch. You're not allowed to be this way. No one said he could be that way, but yet... there he goes, being a piece of shit. Being an adorable little fucking little turd. Unconditionally. Against everybody. It's bullshit, bro. That's what that is. Yep, let's go on the Reddit. Let's see what's on the Reddit for today. And all that fun shit. God damn, it's like 32 degrees outside? Jesus Christ. We don't even have snow? We had some last night, but it was not freezing. But, oh, now it's freezing. Here we go. What was that all about, huh? Little goob? What? What's up? What's up, baby? What? What? You goof. Well. What dork. What are you doing? Warehouse employee decides to let his supervisor know how he feels on his last day of work. Oh, you know what? I gotta see this. Hold on. Dog. Can I help you right now? Ah, you're gonna get my fist. God, what a little punk. Anyway. Here. Let's check this out.
You got your car keys on you? Grab your car keys. Grab your car keys. I'm gonna give you 30 seconds. If you don't fucking get to your car before 30 seconds, I'm gonna fire on you. What are you doing? Grab your car keys, dog. Why? If you don't get to your car within 30 seconds, I'm punching you in the mouth, dog. I promise you that. You want to act like a bitch all the time, dog.
Act like a bitch all.
Once you get your car keys, I'm gonna give you 30 seconds. I can't run that this fast with these boots. Ain't nobody gonna help you, dog.
He wants to punch me. He's gonna hit me.
Ain't nobody here gonna help you, dog. Ain't nobody here gonna help you. The 30 seconds is gonna start counting down, dog.
30 seconds gonna start counting down? What the hell's going on?
I'm sorry you hate me. I'm sorry I did stuff, but...
Bro, I'm gonna punch you out right now, dog.
Just fucking do. Just leave.
No, I'm gonna sock this full out, dog.
No, dude, come on.
Get your hands off me. I'm not fucking touching nobody but him.
I know, dude. Just come on.
No, I'm gonna sock this full out.
No, you hate me.
I promise you, dog. He's not gonna stand here all night, dog. I promise you, I'm gonna sock you out right now, dog.
Why are you being like
You're standing right here, dog. I'm about to fire on you right over there. Ain't nobody right here stronger than me.
Stop paying attention to him. Like, dude, don't make me call the cops on you.
Call the cops.
Dude, come on.
Don't call the cops.
Dude, tell me what I did.
Bro, I'm telling you, you're a bitch. I mean, you act like a bitch.
What the hell? I mean, like, it was, so is the guy recording the employee on the last day, or what? I guess so.
I'm not putting my hands on you. Don't put your hands on me.
But you're gonna put your hands on me though. What? How is that?
I mean, yeah, a little bit though. Yeah, like, I mean, okay. What's he doing?
Don't hide behind Brian, dog. I'll put 3 people out of my way, dog. I'll put 3 people out of my way, dog. Look at it.
I know, I'm a bitch. It's okay.
Oh, you're a bitch, right?
That's fine. I'm a bitch. You won.
Ain't nobody gonna hold me back,
I'm
dog.
a bitch. I'm a cunt. Whatever.
Dude,
just calm the fuck down. I just want to work my job,
bro.
Randy.
Brian, get out of here.
I mean, you know, like, I kind of came in here thinking that it was gonna be, like, some cool shit, but, like, I kind of feel bad for this dude. Like, hold on, so is that kid the supervisor? Hold on, let me see. Ain't nobody here gonna help you, dog. One dude immediately helped him, and then multiple others at the end. This little fella clearly scared and definitely not taking the bait. I felt really bad for him. Yeah, what's context? Even most professional people like having a job and a paycheck. It's not about ego either. In the workplace, you generally don't win. Even if you win, you can't find a warehouse or office setting. You expect to have a job the next day. Well, yeah, honestly, I agree with that. Yeah. The fact the dude was filming his own abuse makes me think he brings the average sharpness fault. So I was down a couple points just being there. If you're gonna do anything that might not get you to lose your job, dude's aggressive, arrogant, stupid motherfucker. Even if he doesn't get fired after this, even if Vessel's anyone would be very surprised. Yeah, this guy kind of sounds like kind of a dick, honestly. Like, considering there are a lot of other dudes, you know, starting to get involved, I've noticed. Dude, he's straight up like.
Where you going, dog? Where you going? Where you going? Look at his scary eye. Yeah, run like a bitch, homie.
Yes, I am.
Run like a bitch.
Come on, Randy. Come on, brother. Come on, dude.
Randy, come on, bro. Dude, you're a dude. Like, your former, or I guess, fellow or former co-workers are telling you, like, bro, knock it off. Like, dude, like, I mean, if you got, like, some beef with somebody at the workplace, like, I get it. Like, I mean, but this ain't the way to go, bro. I mean, if you got some beef, just dress the dude down and be like, yo, you know, my last day, and you know what? I personally, you know, don't fuck with you. You're not cool, dude. Blah, 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 blah. And I just want to make sure I let you know that before I leave. So, fuck you and bye. Like, I mean, I get that shit. I can understand that. Luckily, I've never had that happen to me because everyone's pretty cool with me. But, I mean, it's just like, I can understand that. I honestly thought that's what was going to happen. I honestly thought the dude was going to be like, you've done this, you did this, blah, 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 and fuck you because you're a piece of shit. And I hope everyone knows and understands that you're a piece of shit for this and that, blah, blah, blah. But no, that's not what it was. It's like, I'm gonna knock you out, bro. Fuck you, dude. I'm gonna punch you up. And it's like, honestly, the dude was like, what the fuck did I do, bro? What the hell? Like, I mean, like, because I kind of feel like I kind of feel for him a little bit. It's like, what the hell? This guy was definitely an aggressive jackass. Like, what a bitch. Like, honestly, what a bitch. Run like a bitch on me. I mean, low-key, though, it's like, what the fuck? Like, honestly, what did he even do? Like, I mean, it's like, could have he been a dick as a supervisor? Probably. I don't know. I can't tell based off of him basically being like, yeah, run like a bitch because I want to punch you. It's like, I don't think that's a bitch move, bro. I don't think it is, but okay. I guess, you know, different strokes for different folks, I suppose, with that one. It's gonna be 2 people show up to help him. Damn. Well, that one was definitely, honestly, not what I expected, at least. Like, I honestly thought it was going to be, like, kind of what I thought. Like, oh, you know, the supervisor being a dick who's getting dressed down because the dude's last day at work and ain't taking a shit no more, and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, that's what I thought, but nah, nope, I guess it wasn't. It's just like, okay, well, you're a dick. It's like, Jesus. It's like, what the hell, man? Here, let me, get my tunage back on, but I know if I play that, it's probably going to be blasting. Yep. Okay, there we go. That's better. Hey, what the fuck? There we go. Yeah, I like, you know, calling out people at work and shit, but, like, that definitely was not the way to do it. I can think of, like, 1,000 different ways of, like, you know, dressing down a supervisor that does not involve, like, I'm just gonna start fucking you up, like, right off the bat. So I can get maybe near the end of a dress down because the person's, like, in defense, so it's like, yeah, fuck you, dude, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, nah, it's like, fuck you, I'm gonna, you know, it's like, I ain't gonna have you take, you know, like, try to defend your shit no more. You're gonna get this. You're gonna get this dress down. And it's like, no, I didn't have to take shit from you, blah, blah, blah. It's like, what are you gonna do, punch me and, you know, see where that goes, you know what I mean? It's like, I mean, I can understand if, like, you know, not taking some shit no more than getting, you know, it happens, you know, coworker dress someone else down or whatever on their last day, you know, I can maybe understand it, like, almost get into a tussle, but it's like, you know, if it's a dress down, just let it happen. But as soon as it gets physical, yeah, other people should get in there and break it up. Like, doesn't need it. Nothing like that deserves to get in a physical altercation, honestly. I mean, if it does happen, I don't think I should have, like, a negative impact on, you know, like, you know, your, like, future job prospects or your employmentship overall. I mean, to a degree. Like, obviously, there should probably be some ramifications, at least at the workplace, about that type of shit. But, I mean, when it comes to future job prospects, I don't think that should necessarily be a big deal. It's like, oh, like a scuffle happened between, you know, him and a coworker, or her and a coworker, blah, blah, blah. It's like, to me, the context would matter in that case. Because honestly, like, if it's just over, like, you know, some personal shit, you know, or, like, over some legit grievance, but nobody got involved, and, you know, and though understanding that there's, like, some issues, it's like, I wouldn't necessarily, you know, like, begrudge that entirely. Just took the world's coldest shower. Guess my water heater isn't working. Oh, I hate that. I've taken cold showers just because I did not realize that the dishwasher or the washing machine is going. So the hot water is being used by other things, and thus I don't get that. I don't get the hot water. There are probably a lot of other things to list. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what I mean. And honestly, I know coworkers can get kind of heated, but it's not because of, like, you know, like, I mean, like, despite that, it's like, you know, the work performance or how they are at work, you know, isn't necessarily, like, you know, heavily impacted in you know, any way, because they still get their job done. So, What was this? Right-wing terrorists attack civilian power infrastructure in North Carolina tonight. Oh, really? Tonight there are unconfirmed reports coming out of Moore County, North Carolina. These three substations being shot up with firearms simultaneously to cut power to a drag show. Reportedly, nearly 40,000 people in Moore County are currently without power. According to the Stargate infrastructure and utilities, essentially an acceptance guards form. The all-right instruction will take. Yeah. Yeah. Fucking yeah. Are you serious, dude? That's why fascists are not to be fucked with, man. Man, that shit is definitely not like a little eerie. They did a drag show anyway, flashlights, I think. Lol. I mean, honestly, you know, like, I'm not surprised. Fascists are very much to be fucked with. What do you mean? I mean in a sense of, like, you know, not meant to be taken lightly. Don't, like, you know, fuck with them in a sense of, like, oh, they're just meant to be taken lightly as a joke. Like, no. They're meant to be taken very fucking seriously. That's what I mean. They're not meant to be fucked with in the sense that they're just like some joke. Because they're seriously aren't. Like, I mean, because if that really is, like, you know, like, what happens, it's like, you know, like, oh, a bunch of right-wing psychos, you know, decide to go after substations and power, you know, like, plants, basically, to, you know, destroy, you know, like, some utility infrastructure by shooting them. It's like, that's a serious big fucking deal. That shouldn't just be, like, fucked around with lightly. Because, I mean, that's really kind of, you know, another level of, you know, the seriousness of, like, what right-wing extremist terrorists, you know, are capable of doing in this country overall, really. It's kind of why I got, you know, at least, you know, a little bit, kind of a little fucked with, you know, when it, at least in a sense, you know, when it came to, you know, the shit I was talking about earlier, with, like, that, child learning sting and shit, because it's like that type of stuff, and you know, unfortunately doesn't enable this type of thing, because they think, oh, if it's happening here, then oh, like, I mean, any of these other things, you know, could be, you know, other places where they have taken roots and blah 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 blah. I mean, it's just you know, another way for them to justify their shit. And it just does not make me exactly too pleased with everything. That's why, you know, I kind of, at least especially with Demon Mama, I've been watching her streams lately. I mean, when she was talking about the Club Q thing, she was mentioning about also what happened in Dallas when there was a drag event there, where there was also a bunch of what she would call battle queers, but basically just like, you know, leftists and queer folk who just also happen to be armed, you know, because a lot of these far-right extremists are trying to fuck with this drag show at Dallas, you know, they were also armed. So, you know, and when they came up and, you know, doing who knows what the fuck they were intending to do, they basically showed up to, you know, an equal, you know, level of force, and basically, essentially at that point, you know, we're like, oh, well, we go and sit on the side of the curb, basically, and just kind of sit here, because if we do anything and act aggressive, they have an equal force of ours, and they will meet with that, you know, and we're at an impasse, you know, so they can't do shit if, you know, basically, you know, there's an equal level of force that they would be met with if they try to enact their force. And if they did, then it would be the bad guy, the ones starting it, which would be them, because that's their attention, or the people defending themselves. I definitely don't have an AR, 308, 12 gauge, 20 gauge, a 40, and a 9 in case shit goes to... God damn, son. I definitely don't have a 12 or a 7.62 by 39. And got more mags coming in the mail. You know, when it comes to that as well. I'm actually getting some Yugo open bolt mags. So when, you know, like when the last round is shot, then the bolt stays open with the mag. So when you release the mag, then bolt closes. It's pretty cool. And got a Russian 40 round mag too. A Russian one. I got a Bulgarian 40 round one that's all steel, and now I got a Russian one that's all steel. But they basically look the same. That Russian one cost me a pretty goddamn penny. Well as the California Louisville board. Well, I personally think, yeah, some around here that could be enacted a little bit. Just a little bit. And actually, in the next couple days, between like Monday to Wednesday, we might find out whether or not like Measure 114 is suspended or not. Yeah, so all this like, you know, like huckabaloo of like, oh, need the mags and blah blah blah. It's like maybe it might not all be for naught because like, hey, it's suspended anyway, you know, until further notice, blah blah blah, you know, until like everything's all sought out and shit. So I don't know, like it's kind of still somewhat up in the air, I guess. Let's see what other little things on the radio. This might be heavily copyrighted. This is not Black Sabbath. This is actually another band called Sacred Reich. But their shit isn't really that copyrighted. This is just like a cover off of one of their albums. Yeah, I'll pop up their album. Yeah, I mean it's kind of like, you know, more of, I mean it's kind of like one part of the more obscure thrash genre scene. I mean I doubt this is going to be that hard. Anything Sabbath Live Alone is really sensitive on YouTube. Yeah. I mean, I know that. At least when it comes to, like, the original, like, actual, like, audio. Discover Label owns part of it. Well, I know at least this song specifically, at least the cover from this band is at least kind of uploaded in multiple different iterations, because a lot of this band's music is uploaded by all sorts of different channels. I mean, this one's uploaded by just some random-ass channel, too. See? I mean, this isn't just some record label channel. I mean, this guy just uploaded random shit from, like, years ago, evidently. So I mean, you know, it's like, and I know YouTube's kind of been a little bit more loose with the copyright shit a little bit when it comes to music. So I know at least with, you know, like when it comes to certain shit, you know, it's kind of like a tread lightly thing, but I mean, it's like there's also a lot of bands that have covered that song as well, you know, so I mean, it's like, I mean, my friend has also done a Neon Night as a cover song for his band and shit, and I've uploaded that to YouTube and never had any issues. It actually has recognized that it is a song by Dio. It has recognized that, but it hasn't done anything with it. So, I mean, it might recognize the song and be like, hey, this is a song by this band originally, but it won't, from what I noticed, it doesn't do anything about it. I mean, also, a lot of the copyright that does happen now at this point doesn't really have an impact at this rate, outside of just, like, labeling it, you know, so... I've noticed YouTube's softened with this type of shit, and they've even announced and made, you know, and said that, like, yeah, this, you know, we're working with music labels to, you know, especially for streams and video content and content creators to make it a little bit more friendly. You know, some music is a little bit more, you know, loosely available, you know, to be, you know, used, you know, for content and shit, or for streams, you know, if it's in the background. It's not with all labels yet, but I know that's something that they're kind of trying to do, you know, so they're at least more of a competitor as a streaming service on top of just, you know, channel content creation service in that way. So, it, you know, like, YouTube's kind of done some stuff here and there that have actually been a little better. Like, honestly, earlier this year, I probably would not be playing this. You know, it's only been recently that I've been kind of, like, branching a little more outside of just strictly copyright-free music. And so far, I haven't really had any issues with it. And plus, I don't really play it that loudly either. And I'm usually talking over it, so... It's not just directly, like, cutting it, you know, directly as a re-upload or anything like that, obviously, so... I think YouTube's algorithms are kind of realizing and recognizing when it's, you know, like a copyright or a DMCA thing or not. But... What was that? I remember McCartney bought the Beatles catalog and their music got looser of copyright. Yeah, and plus, like, a lot of Beatles music tends to be pretty, you know, old at this point, so I imagine, you know, some of their stuff would probably be at least somewhat loose, you know, when it comes to playing it. I guess it depends on the song or maybe what album it came from. I guess it doesn't really matter that much anymore if, you know, their overall catalog, you know, is basically been bought by McCartney. They're the most strict copyright till that point. Makes sense. I imagine probably like Rammstein is like the most strict of the copyright at this point. Because it's like really hard to get away with playing Rammstein music. I'd love to, honestly, because their music is so fucking awesome, but... like, their shit is very strict. Like, it's almost impossible to, like, find any of their music unless it's, you know, from their official channels. They'll stream more than any artists from that time, so the label wants all that money. Yep. Same thing with a lot of these other bands, like Rammstein, like I'm talking about. Which is unfortunate, because these bands make money with people listening to their shit. Not because, like, you're hiding it behind a goddamn paywall. It's like more people are knowing by Sick or Reich, you know, just on the virtue of me playing it on the background of my shit, you know, and same with a lot of other people. You know, it's like if, you know, it's like people will learn more about music and bands by listening to it and having, you know, people get exposed to it in that way. I know I was mentioning her earlier, but, like, actually, like, I did that with Demon Mama. Like, I sent her a super chat saying, it's like, hey, a good song recommendation would be, you know, this one song, and she straight looked it up and just played it right on stream right afterwards, you know, after the song she just listened to. I was just like, shit, cool. And she actually listened to another song by the same artist afterwards, too, so I got her really, I got her to explore, you know, a different artist, basically, you know, probably, and got her into a different genre, so that was pretty cool. Just off of one super chat, but, I mean, it's like, because YouTube's, you know, kind of loosened with his copyright and shit, and also just because of that idea, it's like, I mean, like, any band should be able to have that ability to be like, hey, you know, someone recommends a song to a content creator or streamer, and they listen to it for everybody else to listen to, and then at that rate they're just like, oh shit, there's some cool stuff. It's like let me check this shit out a little more. So I don't know. It's like that to me is a lot more of like a better, like positive way of, like getting people more into music and shit and getting them to buy either albums or like buy concert tickets or merchandise. Like these are things that, make money for bands and shit. And that's why tours are very important for a lot of bands. And unfortunately, a lot of these music industries also exploit and take advantage of that shit too. And they take most of the fucking cut. I mean, it's fucking ridiculous. I mean, honestly, that's kind of why, tickets tend to be very expensive, because most of that shit is mostly going to the music industry and is getting their fucking cut outside of the fucking venue and the artists. Like, obviously, they're mixed in with it too, but, when it comes to getting their money, and both of them absolutely should. But it's like, at the end of the day, those labels are the ones that are making the most money out of all of it. There are some streams I listen to at work where people send song requests and they get played on streaming. It's a pretty cool way to find new music even for the people. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Who run those channels can be, even though the people who run those channels can be kind of annoying. Well, yeah. Well, but that's kind of what I mean, though. Like, I mean, even if you're just, like, listen to something just, like, for the sake of listening to it, just, as background noise, I mean, that can still expose you to some new stuff. It's like, hey, this is actually kind of cool, and check out that music, or whatever it is, and get into that thing. I mean, there's a lot of shit that I've gotten into just based off stuff like that. It's kind of like a radio station with more obscure music. Yeah. I mean, that's what, the whole idea should be, at least. I mean, honestly, there's a lot of artists that, kind of like the idea and, advocate for the idea of pretty much having their music being more like, public domain, basically. Like, there's some music artists that I know of, there's, like a pretty, obviously kind of obscure guy, but, an indie folk artist named David Rovix that is a major advocate for, like, public domain and, like, free, access and usage, when it comes to music and music, when it comes to, their art, when it comes to artists and shit. And another guy who pretty much thinks the same thing, who's been around for a while, who's also somewhat obscure at this point because he's kind of retired from music at this point, but Mojo Nixon was kind of like a outlaw country, kind of bluegrassy kind of dude. And he pretty much is, somebody that also kind of has a very similar opinion about music, too. And there's all sorts of other, music artists, that have the same idea. I'm honestly kind of one of them, too, frankly. So it's just like, because, I mean, if, because how, one's creation, especially when it comes to music, how, lasts, and, stays permanent is being played by other people. I mean, because it's not really like the music artist itself that creates the music. It's every music artist creates that type of music and shit. Obviously there's a creator to the original composition, but like that's the whole point of at least artistic creativity, that other artists can take that composition and have creative liberty to make it just a little different. Even if it's, pretty much, for the most part, relatively the same. There's at least, a little bit of a difference. Outlaw Country's pretty sick, actually. Dude, Outlaw Country's fucking awesome. I love Outlaw Country, honestly. Aww. Oh my lord. This fucking little butt. Hold on. Aw. Oh, hi little bubby. Aw, you little stretchy. Aw. You little stretchy. So cute. It's just adorable. He's so adorable when he's just a little stretchy boy. He's too cute for his own goddamn good, I swear. Just doesn't shave all that fur off of him. Make him a little ugly bastard. They're making a song. It's about killing people, hating the cops, being in prison. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. And how basically, like, the boss fucked them over and they got fired because the boss is a piece of shit and overworked them and they were sick of their boss's bullshit. I mean, there's, what's it called? It's a Johnny Cash song that, oh, Oni. That's the name of it. Like, that's a pretty, like, classic, like, kind of working class outlaw country type of song. David Allan Coe was in San Quentin for an hour where Johnny Cash played there. Based. Boo boo. Look at you, you're so cute. Every now and then you look like a little fox with little bat wings for ears. It's kind of cute. You just look so cute. Little goober. What a little goob. What a little goob and a boob. A goob boob. What is this, like, shit you got going on over here? This is the most ridiculous little position you got yourself going on. My god. What a little freak. What a little freak. I love the little bastard, though. Like I said, though, too cute for his own good. Just then shave all that fur off. Make him a little ugly little bastard. But then he'll be like, so ugly he's cute. So shit. Really actually makes me have an impasse. Can't shave him because he'll be so ugly he's cute. I can't really do anything in between because he would also look adorable. And also it's kind of, you know, winter time now, and I'd just be a total asshole if I did that, so can't be that way about him. Shit. What do I do with you? I guess I'll just have to just skin him and turn him into a little pot roast or something. Just let you know, sit in a little pot roast and add vegetables and stir when necessary for about, like, good, nice, like, 6 hours and all that good shit. Yeah, seems like what I need to do. Just need to, you know, put him out of his misery, just make him a nice little thick, little brothy little soup. Put him in a little crock pot. That seems like what we need to do there. Okay, well, hey, luckily I have one more bowl to bid my own adieus. Because, obviously, I'm hoping with my commentary, it's letting you know that I'm hungry. So, gonna get myself some food. You know what? Maybe I should get some stuffing. So then we got them stuffed. In the broth. In the crock pot. I'm down for that. Not really. Satire, YouTube. Anyway. I'll call it good for the rest of the little lovely evening. So, peace out. And I shall see y'all on that next one. So.